wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. This conversation. We got no relation.
Good evening, everybody. How is everyone's day so far? Whoops, wrong one. This is the one I want. Oh, God, what am I doing?
I want a cigarette or a vape. Just make it so bad. So fucking. So I was like, and my work stressed me out so bad.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
I definitely.
Anyways,
So anyway.
Pearl wins. Pearl is good.
I'm
going to put Tears of the Kingdom away. I'm putting my Switch controller out of frame and away from my hand. We're putting it away. No distractions. I'm turning the TV off.
Definitely not.
We're gonna do it.
That game came out already?
Yeah,
Forget
it came
the
out
name on her.
Thursday.
Don,
Right
buddy, thank you so much for
on.
the follow. Do me a favor, type in the chat so I know you're not a bot.
Hi.
Hi.
Good for you, Zelda.
Hello.
How's it going, friendos?
It's going.
I'm hungry.
You're go get some
I wanna.
lunch.
I wanna.
I think Buddy rolled a natural 20 on our.
Hell yeah!
X did.
What?
Oh, Hex did. Sorry.
Nice.
I was like two of them.
Jeez.
That'd be
Contested.
20 roll.
Just give me 2 seconds there. I'm just gonna say hi to somebody. Hello, Bunny. Thank you so much for following, and I hope you have a fantastic day here, or night here, I guess. I am going to apologize. D&D streams are a little out of my normal, where I just tend to focus on my players and not so much on my chat. But I really hope that you enjoy what you see tonight, and if you want to catch up on the previous VODs for Ink Stained, you can definitely check out my YouTube channel, same as my username. But yeah. Well, it looks like you guys have already done your rolls.
We remembered this time.
Yeah, Jonas.
Okay, my friend, please remember to change into D&D mode for your.
You blah blah blah.
Got you. I got you.
Ah! Thank you. I appreciate.
Now I wanna watch Pearl again.
It's so good.
My friend so queen.
I want to watch X so badly for that reason.
What'd you say?
I want to watch, so we watch it, we're like, now we have to watch X next weekend.
I know, but I've heard X isn't as good, and I'm like, damn.
Well,
What are you guys talking about?
Horror movies.
Horror
Oh.
trilogy. Well, soon to be horror trilogy once Maxine drops. Hell yeah. But like, it's kind of like now it's kind of annoying because it's X and then Maxine and then the prequel Pearl. But like, there's no X in Pearl. Could it be
technically,
Pearls?
an extraordinary story.
Yeah.
Of Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so correct.
That's a
actually.
subtitle.
All right.
Watch
So,
out.
I'm gonna apologize in advance, folks. I'm not feeling 100%, so if things seem a little off tonight, that is entirely on me. I'm relying heavily on my fantastic players to actually carry this episode tonight. Hex, I see that you rolled the nat 20, which means you get a plus 10 that you can give to somebody else during tonight's session. Not a D10. A straight plus 10 to any roll, be it skills, saves, damage. I don't give a fuck. Okay?
Hey, CC, wanna roll a 30 to light a little?
You know, baby. Ooh, buddy.
Oh boy, oh boy. So, are we ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, the majority of our group was resting in the Stonefruit Tavern after encountering more Griblies in the mines. Ashram had noticed a new face in the establishment. Going over to introduce himself to the older man, he learned that this gentleman was here on a research grant for Kelpsa, and looking to hire sellswords once their contract with DevCast was up. Later, introducing himself as Eldridge Thorn to the whole group after they fought off a large spider-like creature that came out of the mines, Damien had immediately recognized the name as the published academic and researcher whose vast works he spent a number of his formative years reading. After seeing them in action, Eldred had asked our group specifically if they would be interested in joining him in his current research expedition, promising a hefty payout of nearly 10,000 gold. He explained that there are supported theories that an altar to a long-forgotten deity may be nearby, further explaining that this deity is believed to be the first to give magic to mortals, and how exploring this could explain the arcane as a whole. Damien showed barely contained excitement for the idea of joining his idol on this venture, but lamented as his duty was with Nempha. However, Nempha believes that this would be something that the Ashen King of Vermod may want to know more about, and encouraged Damien to join on the expedition. I believe we literally ended with kind of Ashram and Jonas slowly coming back down from their inn room after Ashram had a interesting conversation with the Ravenous. Cece and Pin had stepped outside for a quick moment because Pin had asked Cece specifically about why he wears gloves and how playing a liar would be difficult with wearing gloves. And Damien and Nymphra had gone to their in-room to go have the conversation about Nymphra encouraging Damien to go on this expedition on behalf of Vermod. So, it is nighttime, the tavern is full and bustling, there's drinks going around, snacks, everyone's getting rowdy after a long day of hard work. And for anyone who might want to go back to the table, Eldred is an older man, and he's expressing that he might want to go to bed soon, and that unfortunately his body is not really fit for this late night revelry as it used to be.
Yes, 6:30 at night, perfect time for sleep.
That's closer to like 8 or 9, but like, come on.
Yeah, it's fair. So the questions, I had a couple questions. I think we answered most of them.
Hmm.
And I think I just wanted to have a powwow because if I remember correctly, Eldred said that they were willing to let us finish out the contract that we're currently working, which is a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pardon me.
I think we should take a day or two to work this over, check and see if there's anything we can research, just to make sure that this is all on the up and up. I mean, this guy seems to be pretty famous and definitely seems like he wants to do this, but it never hurts to be a little bit cautious about this, especially with this kind of money being put up front.
Well, that's right. He also agreed to give you all some cash up front too, didn't he?
Yes, I was about to say, I don't think Ashram was there when Cece convinced him, but Cece was just like...
I think it was like
no,
six,
Okay.
600 gold each up front?
600 gold each.
600 gold each up front, yep.
What part of be gone? This is my box. You can't come in here.
No, I live here now.
My box now.
Which is a little closer, but no, I want to...
Our box.
Give me 2 seconds. I think I haven't checked something off properly with VC Face.
The roommates' cats are not allowed in here, and that's why they spend 90% of their time in here.
That's
fair.
Of course, naturally.
So, Jonas, can we lay everything out on the line?
Jonas is not there. Jonas is still in his room.
Right.
LOL.
I say to no one.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I don't know if Ashram would just straight up spill Jonas's beans without Jonas present.
Well, Ashram chose not to last session. Just said
Yeah.
that there was an issue with it.
There was something that we need to work through.
I mean, why don't you just go back upstairs and ask him? You had no trouble leaving us at the table.
I didn't. It wasn't supposed to be like a 20-minute thing. It was supposed to be a quick aside. You know how you pull someone aside on a stage and do a stage whisper? That's what it was supposed to be. It didn't quite.
Yeah. You like
Your
totally.
stage scene.
You don't pull somebody aside at the table and like whisper in their ear or something. You take them completely to a different layer of the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, you take them upstairs to their room, and then you guys talk about it.
Okay,
Leaving the
number one, it was my room.
warlords and the silly, goofy, lying dude at the table.
So yeah, if we want to put it to a vote, I vote that we give it a day.
I think you guys are about 2 days left on your contract. And if you were more days left on your contract, well, now you're 2 days left on your contract.
I think that makes Buddy and I, Damien and I, 1 day left on our contract because we got here earlier.
Technically, Damien's on a separate contract being a Death Shepherd from Vermont, but his mentor is technically the one on the contract. He is there purely as an apprentice, and his mentor has given him the green light to go.
Dang, so he doesn't even get paid for this?
So...
He gets paid in Bone Boys.
I think... What? he gets paid in what?
In
What
Bone
did you
Boys.
say?
Bone Boys?
Bone
Oh, okay. I
Boys.
thought you said Bun Boys. I was very confused for a minute.
No,
Hey,
he's
you're
not-
the one
he's
with the
not
Limsa
in Bone
Laminsa
Boys.
background.
That, you know what? That's fair. Yes. I'm coming to you all from Limsa Laminsa today. But no, I think that we should give them at least a day. Let's talk it over. Let's at least get this contract out from under us, and then we can see maybe what we can do from there. What do y'all think?
I also think Cece has not mentioned anything about the Tempest Shadows.
Yeah, so if we're all kind of powwowing, like at this point, Cece's gonna kind of just deny, like, so I think taking a day would be best. The Tempest Shadows seem to be very logical, but also there's the fact that we also don't know what we're gonna get with them. And they said they'll have our back if we have theirs, if we work for them. But also, if we aren't with them, they don't seem to really care otherwise. Because I don't think anyone else noticed this, but they were kind of just staring at us as we were fighting the giant spiders, which I think I now have a new phobia, so that's cool, but it's fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
To decide on the most obvious decision.
Huh?
I think allying with the professor is the correct idea.
Well, you were really big into the Tempest Shadow beforehand. Did the gold change your mind?
I think he sort of just like looked to the side and blushed a little bit.
But, like, let's be real here. It wasn't really the Tempest Shadow. Lilith is the one that we've talked to, and they seem okay. Which, if there's a way to somehow get Lilith to come with us, not the rest of the Tempest Shadow, I'd be okay with that. But also, I don't think the Tempest Shadow would let that happen before.
It's probably not gonna happen.
Can we just like acquire your dits, please? Can we have her?
Give her
Can we
to
just
us.
get an extra?
Also, Mia, when did they put heating coils into your robot so that they can blush?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's just-
Actually,
The cheeks start heating up to the point of being like red hot.
literally, you touch their face
Tornado
and your
touches
hand
them,
steams.
Yeah.
Third
Like
degree
that.
burn instantly. Just
You wake up every morning and apply blush. It's the morning routine.
Okay, so if y'all want to have the conversation with Tempest Shadows, I mean, I'm not a fan.
Damien, if you want to be back at the table too, you're more than welcome to. I'm sorry, I just feel like you're sitting there quiet because you think you're still up, like in the tavern room. You could be at the table too while they're all having a powwow.
You're invited to the powwow. Please come to the powwow.
Please come to the powwow. We have drinks at the powwow.
like the best I can offer is water and funny sounds.
Funny.
Sound.
Oh, that's what. Oh, music. Yes, music. Funny sounds. Got it.
You know.
No, CC's taken up stand-up comedy.
Yeah, just wait till I get my next thing. I get President to throw my voice fun at parties.
But buddy, are you there?
I think we
Damien.
said Pat approximately 20 minutes ago that he was going to restart V2, but I don't know if it takes 20 minutes to
Oh,
restart.
he said he had to, and he posted a second like video ninja link.
Box, you get
Already?
Oh.
I apologize.
That's
It did the
hilarious.
funny. I've been experiencing a bug with Discord in which, for some reason, it will just stop accepting my mic audio, so I have to leave a call and come back to bring it back.
Have you been talking this entire time?
Yes.
That's
Oh, TV, we
Oh,
weren't
no.
ignoring you. We just legit couldn't hear you.
Discord doesn't want to see you win. We gotta fight.
It's
Discord.
okay.
Love to
It's
see it.
Girl boss living.
it's fine.
Hence, Elsewoods.
So,
What's your opinion,
I'm gonna
Davey?
close that door.
Damien,
Hmm.
what
Yes.
is your opinion?
I mean,
in
we
this
know
situation?
what Damien's opinion is.
Jonas, you're asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm there.
I want various honks and various zoos from you. Go.
But best I can do is Jonas burning his finger on the practice wand.
That's very good.
Anyway,
it.
Davey.
Oh wait, I had this. I'm sorry. I got distracted by my own notes. I personally believe that, well, I agree with the sentiment that we should take some time to prepare before we go any which way. Obviously, my preferences lie with going with the professor.
Hmm. The only worry I have at this point is some stuff going on with Jonas. That's my biggest reason not to do that. I feel like we would all benefit, and Jonas would probably benefit a bit as well, but there would be some problems there as well.
Like,
Well, it's not for me to say.
I think when you say that, they just like slow blink at you.
It's not my story
Then why bring it up?
because. Good point. I just want it
Please
to be
bring him
clear.
down here.
I stand up and go get Jonas. So we can have this conversation.
All right, Jonas, what have you been doing in your room? Well, Douglas is actually not there. Douglas would be downstairs,
Like,
not
also
participating in
directly
drinking,
to the assembler, or
but participating in the partying.
Jonas's room is about 90% just mist. Like, you open the door and this blast of just frigid air hits you. You can't really see into the room, but you can sort of make out Jonas, like, crouched in the middle, sort of like carving something into
fucking
what appears to be the
gremlin
dagger
edge.
you gave him.
Jonas, you okay, buddy?
Jonas does not respond.
Jonas.
All fucking
knock, knock,
Smeagoled in the
knock,
center of his
knock.
fucking room.
Hey, bud. You want to talk? Sort of walk
Jonas
over.
does. Jonas does not seem present. He is very focused on his carving.
I mean, does the door open?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do the thing where I open the door and cover my eyes in case you're naked.
Coward.
When you don't see anything, okay, I'm trying to be polite. And then when you don't see anything, I uncover my eyes and I reach over and put a hand on your shoulder. Buddy, hey. Jonas? Ah, shit. This is not good. Does it appear to be magical in nature? It's causing this?
Yeah.
I slap Jonas. Wake up!
I think at that point the mist does dissipate and he puts the dagger down.
Oi! You okay?
Yeah, no. Don't worry about it. Is there
We need
something
to
you
talk.
need?
Yes, we have to have a conversation downstairs about
Okay.
our next moves. Are
Alright.
you okay?
No. Fine.
Can I see what you're carving?
Jonas is going to present the dagger.
Is that the
There
dagger
is
I bought you?
Yeah, there is primordial runes like
Oh.
in the hilt of the dagger.
Can I read those?
Can you?
I was asking Oko.
Do you speak
you're the one who
primordial?
knows what languages you have.
I mean, I literally have comprehend languages.
If you have comprehend languages, then yes, you can read
It
them.
would take me 10 minutes to read it, and I don't
Yeah,
want to be. I
yeah.
don't want to cry. I'm not gonna sit here for 10 minutes.
Then no, you
Yeah,
presently
you're on
cannot
Kickstarter.
read it.
What does it say?
That's not particularly important.
No.
It's a little something in case the patron thing goes south.
Let's see. Okay, well. Yeah, the party wants to have a conversation about our next move.
All right.
And I didn't want to just blurt out all of your secrets in front of God and everyone. The gods and everyone.
Didn't want to air your dirty laundry.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, let's not keep them waiting.
Okay. You sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Insight check?
If you want.
I'm just really worried about my friend.
Yeah. I mean, like,
It's
13.
a 13?
Hex, you can roll a deception or a persuasion.
Contested deception, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's not okay.
Not a very good liar.
That's my job.
I'm gonna stop him and I'm just gonna give him a hug.
Aw.
Hey, bud. I'm here if you need to talk, okay?
Yeah. Jonas just sort of embraces it. Very tight hug.
Oh.
Aw.
Alright, let's get downstairs.
Okay.
And I get back down.
All right. The two of you are returned.
Yep.
What's the group doing downstairs while Ash is off to go get Jonas? Or if not really anything in particular, we can just go straight to Jonas and Ash joining.
I have a question.
No. Pin just sitting perfectly still with like their hands crossed on the table, just like staring ahead.
Just power saver mode.
CC's just
Low battery.
Yeah. CC's just messing with Stein again, just continuously showing him different like card tricks. Like,
Hell
make
yeah.
ultimate card shark out of Stein.
Stein is doing his best to absorb everything and is keenly interested in the movement of your hands and the swapping of cards.
He's gonna become like. I'm sorry.
Now it's like wait till he has both hands, he will become all powerful. He's running card shark ideas off one hand right now.
He'll be hiding the cards in his hat. He's gonna become like a passive source of income. We just leave him in a bar and leave, and he's swings people.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
He-
It's like one of those vending machines you just come and get the quarters out of every couple of days.
when you're making him a new arm, you have like a special slot specifically for him to like have cards up his sleeve.
That's a
Yes!
genius idea.
So
And I'm doing that. Thank you so much.
That's so good. So yeah, I'll bring Jonas back down and just say, all right, let's have this out. If we're gonna do it. We need to talk about it.
Nice of you to join us. What say you?
Okay. So essentially, you've all become familiar with the entity that I work for, the Ravenous. There are several of these such entities, and they're not all on speaking terms. So the underground is more presided over by another such entity called the Choking.
Oh, okay.
The long and short of it is, while my magic is diminished in the mining tunnels, it essentially won't work in the underground ruins. That, and I'm already on thin ice with the Ravenous, and it would rather we go with the Tempest Shadow, which I'm not sure how good an idea that is, but need to keep some goodwill.
Jonas, I do not care what your delusions are telling you. We need to go into the mine.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't think they're delusions. I've seen it too. It's very weird. It's very uncommon to have a shared delusion.
Well,
They just like slowly turn to look at you, Ashton.
I read his book. There was nothing there.
Magic is fickle. I can write something that doesn't show up.
But for none of us to see it. I'm sorry.
well, Damien
Also-
kind of like scratches the side of his head. That could also be simply just due to the link between him and whatever entity he draws his power from. It's simply put, he can see the writing because he has the connection. Or something along those lines. Warlocks are interesting business. There's a lot of red tape and brass tacks in the contracts that they sign to receive such powers.
Jonas, did you sign a contract? I don't think that'll be legally binding, honestly.
Isn't it paper?
Well, okay. Contract, pact, seal, whatever vernacular you choose to use.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I was gonna
typically
say
in every situation.
Damien's probably familiar with the very fine and like well thought out pacts from the Warlocks of Vermont.
Yeah.
No one
I was-
accidentally becomes a warlock in Vermont.
Yes.
Fair.
So, but the main point is anytime you deal with these entities, you can rarely expect them to behave, and he does the finger quotes, the air quote there, normally. So, I would say for now, we should give our colleague here the benefit of the doubt.
Agreed. So the question comes to us then. Exactly what do we do about the entity?
I mean, on what scale you're talking about here?
In terms
you're
of
talk-
helping Jonas keep their powers long enough to get us through these mines.
Well, the powers won't help in the mines.
They won't work at all?
Well, not as deep as we're going.
Your powers aren't even guaranteed to work above ground all of the time.
That's a different situation.
Oof.
Hmm.
Well,
In
I
any
have-
case, if worse comes to worse, I have a fallback plan.
Damien kind of just slowly raises a finger. I have an idea, though the outcome of it I'm not too sure about, but it is something. You could propose to erect a shrine for this entity in the underground, kind of making better the slander of going someplace that is outside of your patron's domain. And as I understand it, there is this underground is the territory of another entity, and perhaps this could serve as a bit of sand in the eye for them and a bonus for your patron, earning you favor on a deed that would normally earn you ire.
It's not a bad idea. Could work.
It's
Oh.
a proposition. I mean, most divine deities like to be appeased and praised, and most of all, worshipped.
I'll look into it.
And what exactly is your fallback plan?
They say that in air quotes.
Well, Ashram has been teaching me the basics of magic. And if I can't rely on someone else's magic, I might as well use my own. So, with a little bit of innate water genasi bullshittery,
I like that.
The technical term,
Wizarding.
of course.
magics that Ashram has taught me, I've managed to stitch together enough of. I don't know how it works, I'm gonna be honest. But like,
You're really inspiring confidence in me.
You
And-
definitely have the talent for magic. That's obviously what the Ravenous latched on to. All we need to do is bring that talent to the forefront so that you can use your own power.
I'll also add this, and Astrum, I will ask you not to immediately shut me down on this, but
Okay?
you also don't have to technically understand how the magic works to use it. If you, like we have stated, you possess some innate grain of mystical ability, so you could probably flub it akin to sorcery, feel it out.
well, the concept here is that I am channeling the innate magics I have from my father through a. I'm essentially using a weapon as a spellcasting focus.
Hmm,
Uh-huh.
I see.
A weapon?
And
Damon
yeah.
raises an eyebrow.
Jonas is going to place the dagger on the table.
Oh, that's what that is for. Okay, I see.
Weapons off the table, please.
Sorry.
As one of the barmaids calls out.
I'm sorry.
I think-
Sorry.
Jonas. At which point Jonas snaps his fingers and the dagger will teleport back into his hand.
Ah,
Interesting.
Excuse?
That's new.
Sword Mage Bond.
Thank God we have another flatliner.
What is this?
I've never heard of this
Uh,
before.
I did send you
Acting blade.
my cloth. No, I multi-cloth. I sent it to Oko.
Oh, did you?
Lol.
Essentially, basically, during an hour-long ritual, you can bond with the weapon, and as long as that weapon is on the same plane of existence, I can recall it to myself as a bonus action, and if it is broken or damaged, I can recreate it from a fragment.
Oh, that's cool. An interesting
I
premise.
What is this from?
It is, I believe, a third-party one, but it is published. I did mean to follow up with you about it.
Yeah,
before the
sorry, I've
session,
got so many plates spinning at the same time. I
But yeah, I
totally
didn't want to
did not even
the
see
issue.
this message.
Oh, do we not
I
have any
apologize.
barrier
We'll talk about it. I'll give it a full look over tomorrow.
Sounds really cool though.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. I just for my own ass, I wanna read it over just to make sure it sounds
Yeah.
okay.
So if your warlock abilities fade, you'll at least have this, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry.
Oh, I'm still vanished. Oh no.
Yeah, you are in the shadow dimension right now. I think you're in the Columbo dimension.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Oh.
interrupt RP, but Hex has vanished. The camera's just gone.
So then we're in agreement to the mines?
Yeah. Well, give it a go.
Yeah, yes. I believe
I
we
will.
are.
I will talk to members of the Tempest Shadow about potentially delaying the expedition until after we get back.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Cece looks at you and is like, do you want me to come with you on that one, or do you want to?
I would really appreciate it.
All right. Well, let me go speak with Eldred and see if we can get our boat up front so that we can go ahead and start working on stuff.
Well, I think we have to agree with that first. And he said we could finish this contract first. So
That is
are we-
good.
Well, I would like to get an affirmative with him and an agreement before the end of the contract, just in case he finds another group to take instead. He might try to take the Tempest Shadow instead. But that's just me. I don't know if you guys want to do something different. Do you want to wait a day, a little longer?
Well, he went to bed, so why don't we wait till
I
tomorrow?
thought he was still awake. I
No,
thought
no,
he was still
no.
awake.
He went to bed. He's an old
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, I thought he was still awake. You're right, you're right.
He's a little man.
Ashram is also old and is heading to bed.
You say Ash is also heading to bed?
Yeah, Ashram is old and is heading to bed.
Oh man,
Old
that
man.
9:30 comes around quick, man.
Sure does. Sure does.
But Stacey kind of like puts holding his. He kind of like puts one hand on the table, like instead of like clapping his hands like he normally does, because currently his one hand is burnt as shit. Check it in character. Check in character if you want to know what he did, because he's an idiot. But he's just like, so that's if that's the case, I'm going to go outside for a moment, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Good night.
Take care. Rest well.
Oh, I see you tapped Stein's fucking furnace belly. Okay, I was like, what the shit happened?
I tapped his back. It's like, good to know I'm not the only one who has no clue what the hell's going on with magic. Because CC like gets magic, but enough he's like, if I play these notes, it does this thing. He has no idea what Ashram's talking about.
Yeah.
His magic is magic decay that apparently is non-existent. And so when I tap, and I was like, oh yeah, he tapped him on the back. I was like, oh, he has a furnace stomach. That whole body is just over 150 degrees Fahrenheit.
Your leather glove got a little toasty.
That little toasty and just burnt the shit out of my hand inside that glove.
Do you see why synthetic
Yeah.
skin is the next step in human evolution? Do you see the vision?
I do. She's just like, yeah, it's not.
Pin, superior life form, what can we say?
Supremacy.
As I'm going upstairs, I am going to look at Pin's feet and remember what they look like. Yeah, I'm going to bed. This is a secret tool that will come into play later.
Ashram will remember that question mark.
Just to confirm,
You
because
promise?
Pin's character art, they're not wearing shoes.
Yes.
Yeah, they have beat up, crusty types. Wait,
So-
did Cece say? Sorry, continue, Damien.
I was just going to say battle worn tootsies.
Battle Pete's.
Did Cece? Yeah, this entire time they've just been walking around about shoes. No one said anything. It's great. Again, did Cece say why he was leaving, or was it just like bye?
No, I'm just gonna take a moment. One, he's definitely going outside to probably like check his hand, and he's not gonna just take his glove off in front of people. And also two, definitely like he went inside and he's like, yeah, we'll just act like everything's fine. We had this in session 0, so Oko knows this. One of the only things that he does to relax is he's going outside to like smoke a little bit. He's like, I need to relax. It's nothing illegal, but he's like, I need to relax. I'm gonna go smoke.
Picking up bad habits from Ross.
Yeah, it has like he picked a bad habit from Ross. He has like a little pipe that's like attached to his hip and everything, and like tobacco. He's like, it's fine.
Well, as soon as Cece gets up to leave, Pin definitely just immediately just like they shoot over to look at him like they sprung to life. Where are you going?
I'm going outside and to
Or
smoke.
oh,
And then I pull out my pipe. I was like, I haven't in a while, and considering what's happening on, I'm just a little bit stressed. Also, I can't feel anything in this hand currently because of how burnt it is. And so this is going to help me not feel nearly as bad. Yeah, basically.
Yes, smoking rather than seeking medical attention. Good idea.
It's fine. I had to.
It's
They
just
work on-
sarcasm bot 9000. I swear to
It'll
God.
be
the
fine.
sarcasm patch.
I looked and I was like, it'll be fine in the morning. I mean, I've been stabbed through and slept through the night. I don't know how it works, but I think it's okay. It's just subtle,
Magic be crazy.
yeah, subtle note to D&D, just be like, you have 1 HP, go to sleep, you are now at full hit points. I
As
don't
you've
know
been
how it
stabbed.
works.
Literally sleep it off. But then in that case, Finn would sort of like hop off of their chair and be like,
Would it be okay if I accompanied you? Not to smoke.
I was like, I'm not giving you any, but I mean, if you would.
give it to me.
Oh, that's so much harder when you're
Sure.
sleeping, I swear.
And Cece's gonna like kind of shrug her shoulders, like, yeah, sure, okay. And then I'm gonna like just get up and start walking toward the door, just be like, basically, this is a nightcap. This is his nightcap before he goes to sleep. He's like, today,
This
he's
is
like,
the end of
today,
everything.
Judge Master, is weed legalized in your world?
I promise.
There are herbs that some people will smoke. It depends on where you are. The market hub of DevCast definitely has a variety from around the world. Places in Emerilla definitely don't allow certain hallucinogens. It is strictly prohibited in Kelpsa.
Yeah, I think most necromancers all up on cocaine.
No. Kelpsa's where you came from.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I get
Hey.
Vermont is the place where.
Vermont is the necromancy place. Yeah, Vermont, I think, would use it in spiritual practices.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
like
no.
the stuff that a cop would use, basically, because Cece picked this up from Ross, who is a cop in Death.
Yeah. Cece's just got, like, tobacco.
It's just tobacco. I like legitimately. I'm like, it's not. He's not about to get high as a crime, but he's like, hey, yeah, brother.
I will say though, I did get Kelpsa wrong. Wizards hopped up on cocaine. Also, not a great idea.
It's exactly why it's prohibited in Kelpsa.
I don't know. I kind of want to see what a wizard could do, like hopped up on haste and cocaine.
Maybe you should start teaching Goose how to use magic.
We had these
Wizard.
LMAO. I'm sorry. We had these
in one of our other campaigns, we had like little incense sticks that if you inhaled the incense, it like it forced you to rage.
rage powder.
Damn.
And so
Literally.
one of our wizards
crack
just
cocaine.
got like hopped up on a rage powder, like a rage stick in the middle of combat, and just
Oh,
started
God.
punching people.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
2, 1.
Love to see it.
All right, Cece and Pin are going outside.
Yes, I was moved too.
Stein just goes out and just, like, smoke comes from his belly.
He's just letting off
Hell of a
steam.
rotation.
Takes the top hat off. There's a little smokestack that just starts belching out.
That's actually really cute. Perhaps.
I love that we just keep like adding to Stein's design.
I look at, if Stein wants to smoke, Cece's gonna look at him and just be like, "Are you tech? I don't know if I should."
Warforged
Are
are
you?
funny because, like, they could literally be 2 years old, but, like...
Yeah, I was like, are you old enough to smoke, Stein? Be honest with me, Stein. Are you old enough to smoke? I'm gonna have to. He pulls out like I'm like I have to card you. He just pulls forward. Like, shit, he got me. All right.
He got me! Damn it!
Am I come here?
Card, dude.
Here you go.
That's a good
Stein's
bit.
got like on his little smokestack, like under his top hat. He's got like a little hand crank for the to let steam out.
Oh,
Very good.
All of these ideas I will never draw because I hate drawing robots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, I will eventually get Art of Stein. Eventually.
Thank you. For now, we get going.
Yeah, all you get is my really
Go where we need
garbage
to go where it
image
is
that I
fine.
posted.
I
in
love
all
it.
aspects,
Thank
in
you.
all aspects except physical, Golurk is
Do you want me to take
Yeah.
a sip for a
In
minute?
all aspects and physical.
Alright, but
Anyway,
Back to-
hanging out.
back to this. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do this evening?
Sleep.
It depends. Well, the shadow is still down.
Yeah,
They go to
they're
bed.
they're still down. It's only 9:30. You think these boss-ass babes are gonna go to bed?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. They're probably looking for trouble. I'm gonna wait for CC to get back though, because he did say he would come with.
Yeah. He needs his cancer stick to relax.
Damn.
You can figure that. It's fine. We have magic in the world.
drink
listen,
this
he
and that.
doesn't drink alcohol or do anything. He's like, this is his one vice. He's like, listen, this is one.
Alright,
I
take
almost
care.
die constantly.
Yeah.
Uh,
The,
That's
well,
bowl right quick.
The night sky outside is beautiful, not a cloud, and you look up to this vast starry expanse. The chilled night air is very apparent as you inhale and exhale from your pipe.
This is a
As that's happening, I also cast Mage Hand, so I don't have to hold it.
You lazy fuck!
One of my hands has like second degree burns underneath leather, and I don't have a thing to cast to just be like, all right, cool, we're good. With that being said, though, like, he's kind of like he has that mage hand holding the pipe as he's also kind of walking around to see if he can find like almost like an outdoor like pump for water.
I'll be honest. If
Oh,
you
sorry,
probably
yeah,
don't
you could
work
find,
for it because
a water
I have
pump.
to be at work
Cool.
tomorrow.
So then as soon as he does that, he's like takes off the glove, since it's just Pin, him, and Stein, and like just runs his hand under the cold water. He's like, hopefully this will at least help, because his hand is still on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, if Damien was here, he'd carve off a bit of his soul to heal your burnt thingy.
It's not a big piece.
Okay, yeah, the well water that comes up from the water pump there is very chilled and very welcoming on your toasty digis.
After a little bit, he's like, I mean, no, because obviously I still have blisters, but at least it cooled it down a little bit, which is the best I can hope for. And I just kind of put the glove back on immediately. It's like, so how are you doing? It's like, I don't really know what to tell you. It's like, because I'm smoking, and I gave like Stein like a little bit, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I throw it as he throws it in the furnace. Like, I don't know.
Just a little tobacco in the furnace.
Yes, like I give him the amount of tobacco like I would put in a pipe, which is like probably not, like the size of a thumb, and I'm just like, this is he has the furnace the size that you could put probably a turkey in his stomach is what I imagine. I'm like, I don't know. Sure.
He just puts the whole ass plant in.
Yeah.
Throw some weed into the Stein
Yeah.
humidifier.
The smoke pours out of his eye hole.
Oh, jeez.
Then we'll just be like,
Cast it into the fire.
Sex.
Moving on.
I'm
Damn.
fine. Thank you for asking. You should probably take your hand to get looked at by someone in the morning so it doesn't get worse.
You're
Remember,
muted, my dear.
CC, 5 minutes.
I mean, you've seen them. They're not gonna get much worse.
Clutchy.
The fact that I felt the burn is surprising. Every once in a while I forget that. But it'll be okay. Also, because did Pin say that they were gonna go at this point in time? They're gonna go to the blacksmith in Iceboro to fix Stein.
I don't think they've stated it, and I don't
Okay.
think Pin
Was it
really
Rose?
knows that there's a blacksmith. I mentioned it at the end of last session, saying that that was a
Yes.
possibility for them to do if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I know, but
I was like, Cece's like, so if we have this other thing, how are we gonna fix Stein's arm, by the way?
Well, my previous plan was to just steal some scrap from somewhere in what the fuck is that city we were in past? From
Devcast.
a yard in Devcast, but Ashram wouldn't let me do that, so right now I don't have a backup plan.
I mean, has Cece seen the blacksmith? Because he's been like around town, going around like.
You have
Sitting yelling at me.
probably seen that there is a smithy in town, yes, but you haven't gone inside.
Yeah, it's like, well, would a blacksmith potentially have any of the stuff you need?
Well, it's worth taking a look at least. It'll
Yeah.
give me something to use this 600 gold on.
Technically 700 because we get paid the 100 by Goose too.
Oh,
Well,
we're rich!
yeah.
We're
Um,
rich.
I apologize. That was a different thing. My
No.
cat just jumped onto me from behind. I wasn't expecting
We
that.
love you. We
Um,
love you.
I was like, well, if you want, we can go look. I was like, we can find the smithy. I was like, I have to go before we leave tomorrow. I'm gonna try to visit. Oh, what's his name? I have it here. It was the gnome.
Uh-huh.
It was
I believe in you.
Briar. Yeah, but I have to visit this gnomish gentleman Briar. They have this place called the Brilliant Missing. The ring I found, I brought it to him because he's the person who fixed it. I have to go there anyway before we go to the mines inevitably tomorrow. So if you want to go with me while we look for the smithy as well, you can do that. That way we can at least get a price of how much is it going to be to fix Stein's arm, what exactly you need from there, if they have it, and things like that. Plus, I want to go do a little bit of window shopping while we go, see if they have anything that I could use.
I am a butt. I have to go use the bathroom. You guys keep role playing. I'm just gonna BRB.
That's normal.
Okay.
But yeah, just hearing all of that, I think Pin, we kind of look over at Stein and just be like,
Well, what do you think about a little pre-gaming?
and then they would just he would just sort of like beep excitedly and do his little happy foot taps, and then fucking the floorboards and creak beneath him.
Love that.
And I guess there's nothing else to say after like a second or so of silence. Pin would just be like,
I had another question for you.
And what is this? CC's worried because all these questions have been very close hit. And what is this? And what the question? Were we?
Well, I guess I should say 2 questions. Cece, you remember our promise, right? The discussion we had earlier? That you won't be hiding anything from us anymore. From me anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was like, did I say to you specifically or to the party?
you said it to me.
Okay, so I wouldn't hide anything from you. Yeah. Then yeah, I remember saying that.
At least I believe it was just to me. I think it was literally only
I was
us
like,
at the table.
only you. Yeah. I was like, only. I think we were
You
actually
specifically.
outside at that point in time because I was like, you asked the question of what's the loot gloves, and I was like, I'll tell you, but we're going outside for this because I don't want to show this to everybody. But yeah, I remember that.
I am returned.
I don't like why you bring this question up.
Because it's relevant to my next question. The Arbiters, is that... Were they actually responsible for breaking in to the study?
Oh, just gotta scratch out that one.
They're sort of like leaning over the railing, like they know they fucking got you. They're so smug right now.
Get fucking got.
No, they were not the cause. I beforehand was noticed that a crystal that Ashram gave me, there was a larger one of similar sort, it seemed like, in there. And I haven't done it in a while, but I'm not rusty in getting to places where I shouldn't be. Unfortunately, I didn't have the tools to do so it didn't work out the best in my favor. And, well, as you've seen, lying kind of just happens if I don't have time to make sure. If something happens suddenly, sometimes a lie comes through faster than the truth. So it was not arbiters. It was the fact that I tried to use something to get in there that wasn't thieves' tools, and it broke in the lock, and I was worried about why they were going to say it would happen. And then it just turned into the fact that arbiters were in town. When that has never happened, I never said anything about that. I don't know why that was even brought up, which is also more concerning.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
One more
Just for the
question.
other- Speaking of, and another thing.
alright.
Would you like to help me break in?
You popped it.
You might
Fuck.
be able to fool the others, but I'm a little bit less gullible than they are.
Well, thankfully you won't have to worry about that. Like I said, I'll keep my promise. I will, unless something occurs where I do not remember, such as the case with apparently me knowing about Gladys and about this orc. Oh, I don't remember if I actually talked about that. The like orc woman and like the half elf guy. I was like, I also saw them. I don't know what that's about either. I was like, but if I remember, I will do my best to make sure to keep my word and not hide anything from you or Stein. As long as Stein doesn't try to use any of the tricks I teach him on me. It's not allowed, Stein.
Stein just kind of like lowers his head a little bit, looking down towards you. As like the covers on his eyes just lower a little bit. He just like gives a slow, low tone badoop.
Dupe affirmation.
I was like, honestly, the more it happens, I'm just gonna learn how to comprehend languages so I can just actually talk to Stein somehow in his robot language. That doesn't make any sense, but we'll do it.
I'm just worried for when Pin figures out that nothing prohibits Stein from attuning to magic items.
Oh no.
Well, I do know that now.
Oh no.
Yeah, but does Pin know that?
But yeah,
Your secret is safe with me, though I think I may need your help with something. If you want that secret to stay safe, that is.
Oh.
The blackmail.
God damn.
Is this our first instance of blackmail?
You both really are familiar,
Yeah.
really aren't you?
Sure, Pin, what is it that you had in mind?
The study's of interest to me as well. I've been having trouble breaking in there on my own, but you seem to be good at creating distractions.
That's true.
So, I guess we could split it up into two parts. One of us cause said distraction, and the other break in.
Well, also, I could try to help you with that as well. How good are you at seeing in the dark? And to put this out of game, you would need Devil Sight or something similar to see in magical darkness.
need what? I never heard of that shit.
Something similar to what warlocks call Devil Sight. I have access to the darkness spell. It's pitch black. You would need something that literally says, I can view through magical and non-magical darkness. Dark vision will not work in that spell. But if you have it, then nobody can see you in like a 30-foot, like it basically covers a 30-foot circle, like diameter of just pitch black. I was like, we could also use that. But also, if you don't have that, then I will not use that.
Question
Yes.
for the DM.
Yes.
Of ionic traces.
The door to the study,
Fucker. God damn it. I got fucking
does it have glass? Like, can you see through into the study?
So the doors themselves do have like frosted glass panes in them. They're kind of like the fancy doors with kind of like the glass grid.
Would that count as line of sight?
Self-generative, and I don't need to feed very
Maybe.
heavily in order to
Okay.
Flick BRB.
I'm not currently part of this plot, but if I catch wind of it, Jonas can
Wink,
teleport
wink.
through walls.
Are you having fun, buddy?
Yeah, don't mind me.
This is why I've been knowing about it.
He's just going.
It's my model's bugging out, and I just keep losing tracking. So now I'm just trying to at least make it interesting to look at.
You're always interesting to look at.
Oh,
That's so
thank
sweet.
you.
Oh,
It's like when you're playing with the sticker book your mom bought you at the grocery store while you were checking out.
Oh, basically, yeah. That's how it feels.
Okay.
All right. Well, Frank's BRB'd. Do we want to go back into the tavern? Damien, Jonas, and Ash. You guys still at the
I
table?
think Ash
Oh,
went to bed.
of course
Yeah,
Frank
Ash
comes
just
back.
said
Also speed
Okay.
strike, then yeah, that might be a little
unless someone wants to stop him.
Sorry, I had to figure
No.
That's okay. That's okay. We were just waiting for you to come back there.
I think Jonas is fully aware that you're not a huge fan of the 10th Shadow, and therefore is not going to put you through that.
Thank you.
I mean, I want to say that Damien probably would not have accepted the full amount from Mentor Man. He probably would have only accepted like 100, which is at most for supplies.
Okay.
Just because, again, he doesn't feel right accepting payment for a job he hasn't done yet.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Eldred is not at the table presently. He was the first to kind of skulk off to bed at the like fucking 8:30 at night because he's an old man.
Get like a really good like cross map buff.
He's a little baby man, but yeah, that's yeah. Other than that, Damien's just kind of eventually just slinks off when people don't notice. Because now he's kind of shy about his whole necromancy thing, because he's gonna go prepare some distilled essence for the day to come.
Aww. Literally
no.
fucking shamed this man. He just wants to help ya.
Let me sacrifice my soul for you. It heals.
Aww.
I will figure out a way to describe this to people that doesn't make them uneasy. It'll be fine.
Well, I don't have a soul, so we're two of a kind.
Yeah, and like to be fair, I don't think Damien's sacrificing his soul. I think it's just basically a little itty bitty blood
Life
magic. Yeah, he's just like, I'm just gonna, like essentially prick my finger, but like not actually prick my finger. I'm just gonna take the essence of my blood that I could easily recoup in a night's sleep, and just store it for later. Let it ferment
He's
like a
just
fine
really
wine.
meta.
Well,
He's
yeah.
just really meta, and he calls it hit points.
Well, so I've been working on a diagram for a soul, and so it's the reason he says that is because he's cutting into, well, I'll explain that part in character, but I'm worried. There's science, as Ashram would say. There's a science to this, and once I have that ready, I'll be able to describe it to people that doesn't make them wig out. Like it's soul with a little s.
Okay. So yes, let's finish the conversation outside with Pin and Cece. Let's get this blackmail.
Blackmail's such a strong word.
I mean, it is by definition. So to reiterate, Cece, just make sure it's like you want him to help you break the studio. He will definitely apparently be the distraction just to try to get in the studio.
Indeed.
To make sure his secrets stay safe with you, which is totally at all not blackmail at all. Never ever would be blackmail. I was like, well, we all friends. It is by definition blackmail, but I do appreciate a good hustle, so I can't be that upset about it because I did do this to myself. Could we wait until tomorrow though? Because I am well and truly spent. Out of character, I have literally nothing. I have 0 bardic inspiration. I have nothing. I was like, it is not gonna work. I was like, if you want a really good distraction, you're gonna have to. I was like, if you really want to go tonight, we can try. I was like, but I would prefer evening when I have more tools available to me.
That's fine. We can wait a day.
Okay.
But no more than that. I don't have more time to waste.
Understood. And Cece, at that point in time, Cece's gonna kind of realize that his whole thing just kind of went out. He like took like 2 puffs. He's like, then that conversation happened, also getting blackmailed, and he's just like, cool. All right, well, he's like, well, kind of puts his gloves together. Shall we go back inside? I do believe at this point in time, I think I have another conversation apparently that I might have to have. It's gonna go swimmingly, I imagine. Oh.
Well, have fun dealing with the Tempest shadows.
Oh,
And
thanks. I'll do my best to see if we can get at least Lily to say
yes.
hi. Like, listen, Cece's passive perception is like a 17. He's gonna notice that, like, at least anyway, like every time Lily says hi, you're just like the red hot heat.
Pin's
Oh,
little
back.
cheekies. All right. So I'm just gonna pop over to Damien since Buddy's been kind of sitting in silence for a bit and hasn't really done a whole lot of roleplay tonight. Damien is skulking off to his room at the tavern to perform some blood magic. That's what I heard.
Yeah, some light blood magic.
Nemphra's
It's okay.
there. She kind of excused herself not too long ago, and she is preparing for the night. She's already in her nightgown, and she's got her hair braided over one of her shoulders, kind of like the anime mom hair sort of situation.
Wow.
As Damien comes in, he gives a slight wave as he moves over to his pack to pull out his vials, and as he just kind of gets himself because I'm like assuming that they don't really have like a desk in here or anything like that.
There is in one of the corners close to the door just a small circular table with two chairs.
Okay. Then he'll kind of bring his bag over there and set up his distillation station. And as he's just kind of setting it up, he says, I have another question to ask you, because I've realized now that this is probably going to come up a lot, and I'm trying to figure this out. How should I describe the art of transfusion in a way that does not mortally terrify people? Because I don't feel right performing, he kind of gestures to his vials, all of this and using it on people without them really knowing what I'm doing. That feels deceitful, but also I am realizing that there's more of a his eyes kind of look around for a second, looking for a word, and he decides on one. Sensitivity around the whole life energy business.
Unfortunately, the nature of what we do and what we are is just going to unsettle and unnerve most. I do apologize, guys. You probably hear my husband in the background. For the stream, at least, I've been like muting, like between me talking, so that hopefully he doesn't show up in the VOD. But like as I have to talk, you're gonna hear him playing Destiny.
Oh god.
Sorry. So back to this.
Oh my fucking rift went
It's we are desensitized to it, I think, at this point. We are raised in a society that openly talks about mortality and death and life essence and the ebb and flow of the beginnings and ends of mortality. It's something that we're used to, and unfortunately a lot of people that we are going to encounter, that you're going to encounter, are going to have preconceived notions of what we are and what we do, and if you start talking about things that they already have that mental block about, they are probably just going to immediately shut down and not really listen to what you have to say. Though, to try to come up with a way to describe it, maybe like saving it away for a rainy day. Taking a piece of yourself now, a piece that quickly and easily and readily comes back with a good night's sleep, and saving it away for a rainy day, for when you need it. It's almost like, going to bed early so you can stay up a little later the next day.
He scratches his chin and slowly nods his head. I believe that is an angle I can work with. I just with this whole experience so far, I've realized something that I don't believe has hasn't really had a focus in recent years, and that's kind of opening up the floor for conversation about the whole necromancy thing. I'm realizing now that yes, the world is quite, in fact, more biased against it than I had originally conceived. And so I've kind of got to thinking that perhaps efforts should be made to have a healthier dialogue.
A healthier dialogue and approaching them on their level. It starts, honestly, with you not looking like a traditional preconceived notion of a necromancer. Unfortunately, my usual garb is ceremonial vestiges of a death shepherd.
Of course.
But you don't have that at the moment. And, I mean, you will, eventually.
Well, I mean, hopefully not anytime soon.
Hopefully not anytime soon, I agree. But, just, it's going to take a while. It's going to take effort. And hopefully, as you venture further and further from Vermont and maybe expand your horizons, you'll gain the skill set that you're currently looking for. You're new, and this is really your first time venturing out as you currently are. And I'm sure you'll get there eventually.
Sorry I pulled you off Zelda for...
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine.
You're so sweet and kind. You'll have plenty of people that understand, surely.
I mean, I would like to try at the very least. I feel like if there was some form of easily accessible form of information for people to have access to, that's kind of like, and this is kind of a mass redundancy, but like a pamphlet to the novice's introduction to the world of necromancy. Undeath and You, or something. I feel like that could really help people understand us better.
Yes, that might be a good place to start. It would also help with the redundancy of you explaining yourself over and over and over again every new town and new tavern you go to.
I just get that feeling that would perhaps, and pardon me for putting it this way, but streamline the process just a bit.
Yes. Or maybe talk to Eldred. Maybe talk to Professor Thorne. Maybe see about getting maybe a book or a study published under his name.
That was along the lines of what I was thinking. If I could get his, well, name associated with a, don't think that this is the name that I'm going to go work with, but like a friendly Necronomicon, what have you. I feel like having that out and about would do wonders for the public image of Vermont. Because as this town has shown me, it is not as, well, spotless as I had thought, which, admittedly, I was on the inside looking out, and, yeah, needless to say, I have realized I have my work cut out for me.
If it does help, I believe that Ainsborough might just be in the minority when it comes to the public image of Vermont. These folks here don't really see flocks or death shepherds regularly, but meanwhile DevCast has flocks and death shepherds constantly. There's teleportation stations dedicated strictly to death shepherds and their flocks, and they have flocks that will travel the streets as we travel the streets in Vermont. Same thing with Kelpsa. And Kelpsa, to my understanding, doesn't view necromancy as evil by nature, but it views necromancy like any school of magic, a tool. And a tool is only really as evil as its user.
I mean, yes. You stick a dagger on a table,
Oops.
and as long as it's an unenchanted one, it's not like it's going to spring up and stab someone. I feel like it is... no, actually. And as he's, like, saying, as this conversation's been going on, he's pulled out, not his grimoire, but another journal, and has been scribbling into it, and he says, no, you should probably steer away from anything dagger or weapon-like. Try to stick with more holistic analogies.
A pen left on a table isn't going to write an Odyssey.
He snaps and points to them. That is a very good way to put it. Okay, all right. And he is scribbling with one hand, and he, with his right hand, you know what, yeah, he's scribbling away with his left hand, and with his right hand he holds over the vials as a slow and steady stream of red vapor leaves his hand and enters into the bottles collecting slowly but surely. And Damien is going to spend most of his night between working on some spells in his grimoire, kind of prototyping the friendly necromancer pamphlet name in progress. And then after that he will probably settle down, but throughout he'll keep, as long as Nephra's awake, bouncing ideas off of her, probably.
Okay. She'll stay up with she'll stay up a bit with you to help you with this.
Oh, his eyeballs just...
If that is that, then I believe the only unfinished business we have left is now Jonas and Cece going to the Tempest Shadows? ? Yeesh.
I'm so excited considering how well the last conversation went with them. Oh boy!
Alright, well, they are over at their table as they normally have been. They've got a round of drinks already. There's a little bit of fight to get over to their table, as there is a plethora of people who are currently enjoying the tavern and are quite drunk. Cece, you are tall, if I remember correctly, yes?
Yes, I'm like 6'1" or 6'2", I think.
Okay, I think you're pretty much carving the path towards their table.
Cool.
Every now and again, somebody kind of backs into you, and you get splashed a little bit with alcohol, and you just get a very drunken, oh, sorry. But you do eventually make it to their table.
As I make way to the table, once I'm gonna actually let kind of Hex lead the conversation, just to kind of see what happens. But I do have a question once we're done.
As you guys approach, Lily immediately kind of just both hands on her tankard, just kind of slowly lower it and just kind of gives a small wave. Hi, Cece.
Hi, Lily. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Immediate insight check, because I remember how they looked very upset when I was playing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was like, I remember it. They looked upset. Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, 11. Okay.
I mean, she's not really the kind to hide too much. She's very likely drunk.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Lady Calanthea is just, she lowers her glass of wine. Welcome back. And to what do we owe the pleasure?
How you just over
Well,
yeah, that's it.
you wanted to recruit us for an expedition.
Yes, we were interested in recruiting you.
We have something's come up that is rather time sensitive, so we were wondering whether or not it's possible to postpone the expedition somewhat, because I still kind of need to go at this point with you guys, but I don't really want to leave the rest of them.
How many days do you figure you'll need?
Cece, that one's up to you. You were present for the conversation.
Okay, so it takes 3 days to get there if we're going by foot.
Which we're not.
Which we're not. But let's say 3 days to make it easy, just to be safe. 3 days there, 3 days back is 6 days. How long do we think it's going to take to explore the ruins? I would say 2 days to be safe. Probably a day, but just to be safe.
If you want to,
a little over, approximately at most a little over a week. Most likely, much less than that.
Yeah, that's probably the safest bet we have, but we do intend on faster transportation.
We have something that we have to do. We tend to go by quicker means of transportation, but if all else fails, at most it would take roughly a week.
Her feline-like eyes just kind of like slowly dart between the two of you before eventually she looks back to the group. And you guys have seen this a number of times interacting with the Tempest Shadows. You watch almost a silent conversation.
Yeah.
For eventually you see Calanthea just kind of like bob her head to the side in contemplation before eventually looking back to you. A week. Not a day more. And you'll meet us back here.
That works just fine.
Not necessarily something you're gonna. Yeah, and
Now, I've forgotten their names entirely. Give me a second to bring up their names. Because there's fucking like 5 of them.
Which one are we talking about?
She looks over to the drow, Eris. Dear, could you grab one of their names? And you see Eris put down her glass and bring out a small leather-bound tome. And she flips over to a page that has a few names already on it.
No.
This
I know this one.
tome here will allow me to send you a message magically over a vast distance, but I do need your name. One of you would do.
Jonas is going. Yeah, no. Jonas is going to sign it. He knows what he's getting himself into here.
I was like, you already have people talking ahead. I don't know if you want more. I'll do whichever.
All right, Jonas, you go around and you write your name into her book, and she nods and she closes the book. All right. With Lady Calanthea's word, I will check in with you in a week, starting at the end of the contract. Yes?
Yes, that is fine.
All right.
And then, with that, you said it's still pretty packed.
Yeah, it's still pretty packed. I mean, a lot of the people who are here are adventuring types much like yourselves, or like younger folks who work in the mines. There are some older folks, and you see them kind of like nodding off at some of their tables. But if you're looking to perform, you might get some
I was gonna say, I was like, I would like to attempt to perform. Before I do that though, I look over to Leah's like,
Also, it comes at level.
apologies, I wasn't able to ask previously. Would you like to perform with me before the last one of the evening? If you want.
He's a what?
I don't know. The room is kind of fuzzy.
Mhm.
But I mean,
You know you can sing without dancing, and that might make it a little bit easier.
no, my outfit makes so much noise when I dance. It helps. It helps. Also, like, I catch way more attention when I dance. See? And she starts, like, swaying back and forth.
Cece's going to like, if you really want to, you can do it. And if this happens, though, Cece's going to be, like, on top of it, making sure that she doesn't accidentally fall or do something to hurt herself. He's like, we don't want... I was like, let's not have anyone get injured during a little tavern performance. It'd be really awkward.
All right. She just basically, like, almost abruptly, she just like, all right, yes, I want to do it. And she just, like, immediately stands up and just, like, the chair screeches backwards. You see Clancy just kind of, like, dart over in her direction, just, like, the glance dart over. And she's like, okay, shh, sorry, I was a little excited. Okay, let's go.
To be nice, before this happens, because I know Ashram's left, this is going to be I was like, this is going to be a really weird request, and I cast Dancing Lights. I think Ashram uses prestidigitation to change their color.
Correct.
I look over, it's like, this is going to be a very odd request. Can any of you make these look like different colors? One of my friends says it previously, and I just want to make sure it's, it always makes the show go a little bit better. If you don't want to have, you don't have to if you don't want to. I just want to make sure that everyone has a good time. And
You just want them to be a different color?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can make them appear, and I can make them change form, and I kind of like combine two, make a larger one, or make them move around. I was like,
Okay.
I can't change the color.
What color do you want?
You know what? Whichever one you think would be better. Or multiple.
Purple, purple, purple. I love
Oh
purple.
my! Oh, I'm so scared. All right. And then Cece just kind of swings the loop back in front. He's like, "So shall we?"
Mhm.
And he starts kind of making his way to hopefully where it's a little bit more room.
Yeah. Lily just kind of like does a quick little rhythmic stomp and a clap of her hands, and the dancing lights that you produce turn sort of a lilac purple. All right. Roll me a performance as you guys essentially start making your way to the center of the tavern. The tavern at this point knows you two and knows what's about to happen, and the people who are getting rowdy and rabble-rousing in the center of the tavern kind of give a wide berth to let you guys
Like, for better or for worse, let's not stay here.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, I accidentally rolled twice because I accidentally double clicked it. My bad.
Well, that's okay. The first one there's got a 23 for that performance.
Let's go, baby.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. Unfortunately, Lilith is not gonna be rolling very.
Oh boy.
Hold on. What is her performance? Oh, do I not have it here?
Uh-oh.
That's okay. And she's gonna be rolling at disadvantage.
Oh boy.
All right. Not terrible, not terrible. So you guys start your performance. You bring out your lyre and you start strumming on it, and she starts dancing. And
No.
Now what?
Could I give Lily the pen?
You want it?
A guaranteed 10. That's so fucking.
Do you genuinely, Hex, want to give it to an NPC for a roleplay role?
I mean, I presume that most. How long have we got left in this session? Because we started late.
We did start late. We're probably due for a break soon. I'd say maybe 2 hours left of session.
Okay. I'll hold it then.
Okay.
I was like, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
It would be really funny, but it's the question of how much I want to commit to the bit.
If it happens, if you still have it and it somehow happens again, definitely though, that'd be hilarious.
All right. That being said, Cece, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
A dex save?
Yep.
Oh boy. Please.
Okay.
14.
Your 14 beats her 11. So as she's singing and dancing, my poor cloven-hooved lady, who is very drunk on polished wooden floors, does stumble during one of her twirls, and she starts falling towards you, and you manage to stop the music for a moment to catch her. To which she just kind of like looks up. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And then like,
Just, like,
go ahead.
breathe. It's like, are you okay? And then that's just like, she was like, all right, and then kind of just help her back up.
Yeah. She basically just like falls, and you just kind of like catch her. She's just like leaned back in your arms. She's just like a little blushing and just like embarrassed, but she goes back to it. She seems fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Then yeah, just continue playing, and then hopefully it doesn't happen again. I don't know how many times I can save that.
Roll me a d6.
A D6. Oh boy.
Okay. You get about 3 gold.
Heck yeah.
All right. And is there anything else anybody wanted to do this evening, or shall we finally close this evening and get ready for next day?
No, I think I'm good.
I think we're good. I think Youngest is just refining his ritual, but that's about it.
I
Okay.
don't sleep.
I'm Gucci.
Well, that depends, Pin. Are you sleeping at the tavern, or are you going up to Emmerich place?
No, I'm not gonna do that tonight because I told Cece I would wait. And also
Okay.
I don't have spell slots.
That's fair.
I was
That's fair.
like, I don't even have a bardic inspiration to help you out if we win. I was like, it would be
I could-
purely like level 1, basically just hoping and praying to the gods of roll 20.
I could start filling up some canisters with oil and just leave it next to the furnace, just in case. Leave it next to that boiler.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's go take our break. It's currently 9:33 Eastern Standard. Let's come back at 9:43 Eastern Standard. 10-minute break, everybody. Go get water, snacks, use the bathroom, and we will be right back. Alrighty, folks, let's come back to it. Hello.
Hello.
Please stop. I don't want to cry again. I just finished watching Steven
I need to finish watching it. Is it too late to make a gem soda?
This is an amethyst, but amethysts are big and strong.
It's strong.
I love
This
that
one
song.
is not the best
Best
example. Something is clearly wrong.
I need more Steven Universe, I'm gonna be honest.
Watch party. Let's watch
She
it
almost made me
together.
cry.
Not right now,
how
though.
was the D&D movie? I'm so mad. I made plans
Let's talk about something else on stream.
Oh, I didn't know we were back. I apologize.
I'm back, so we're back.
Steven Universe? Cat, do you like Steven Universe?
Great. Everyone just heard me saying. That's wonderful.
Mhm, mhm.
To know.
I made it back. I have teen stew.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Put the tea
What
in
did we?
the stew.
What did they hear us all saying?
Here you sing.
Your mama.
I'll talk about it later. However, the snack I have, I went to an Asian grocer that like opened up recently when I was in town, and I bought these Sakura Oreos, or at least I'm assuming they're Sakura Oreos because there's cherry blossoms all over the packaging, and they're pink, but they smell like wine.
LMAO.
And I don't know if it's just like these Oreos are old, but they smell
Imagine.
so much like fucking wine, and I don't drink.
I guess. Fermented Oreo.
Yummy.
Literally. Wait, can Oreos even expire?
I mean, everything has a shelf, like a best buy
Yeah.
date, but Oreos are probably so chock full of fucking preservatives that they should be fine.
Yeah, it's like how long would they have had to have it?
You'll know if an Oreo is going bad because it'll get really soft.
Oh, these aren't soft. They're still very crunchy.
Yeah. Don't ask me how I know that.
But they're just, they smell so much like wine.
Listen, I let my Oreos drown in milk, so they're always soft. So I'm not a good measure of how would I know if an Oreo's bad.
I've just been eating blue heat Takis, so my tongue is blue.
Nice.
Ew.
Nice. All right, so
Talkies is good.
let you guys all head off to bed, and finally, the next day, the second last day of your contract greets you. Oh boy.
No longer go here.
Yeah, 8 episodes. It was only supposed to be a week. Dawn on the final day. Yeah. So theoretically, tomorrow is when your guys' contract is up, and you guys will be getting paid.
Woo.
Woo woo woo.
Sorry.
If Cece's up, the first thing he's gonna do is kind of just go downstairs and also wait for like to get Pin, because I think did Pin actually agree to go with them so that way they can go find the blacksmith today?
Yes, and they invited Stein.
Yeah, of course. Stein always has to come.
Yeah.
It's the homie.
Do we
Boy.
want to? I guess are we all up at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
For the sake of brevity, y'all could be awake at this point.
Do we want to go ahead and agree with Eldred now that we have? Did you all share the information with? I'm assuming you did.
We have not.
Okay.
No one else is up. So only Cece and Jonas know about it, and Jonas is currently off in the woods.
So yeah, so I guess I'll wait.
The what?
What?
I'll wait till everyone gets downstairs.
Jonas?
When here.
Why didn't you? I literally said, was there anything anyone wants to do?
Oh, no. I specifically just stated that Jonas was, like, finishing off his ritual, but he didn't want to do it while Douglas was in the room. So he went off, like, a little clearing nearby.
What the fuck?
God, I don't
Can we
remember
come
you
together?
mentioning that much detail.
No, I missed that.
To be fair, that was the same time I was having internet problems. That probably would have done it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
There's literally always one person missing in every fucking meeting.
I swear to God. I'm gonna get you all to stick together at some point.
Jonas will be, like, on his way back by the time, like, the sun comes up. He will have realized he fucked up.
So you just didn't sleep?
Yeah.
Jesus.
A point of exhaustion for punishment?
He doesn't need sleep.
Yeah, what? Do they not need? Do Ganassi not need sleep?
No, he's aspect of the moon.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Yeah. More people who don't need to sleep in our party. How crazy is that?
I mean, I kind of need to sleep.
I trance. Anyway, I mean, I guess in theory we're all together. Well,
Yes.
four
Yeah,
of us
we're
are
all
and we wait an
together.
hour.
Being an old man, Eldred has probably been up since about 6 a.m. and he is sitting down at the tavern with a cup of tea and a bowl of porridge in front of him, and a book. You see him kind of jotting down notes. Or sorry, 2 books in front of him. You see one he's reading, the other he's kind of like jotting down notes. The porridge gets cold now and again, but you'll cast prestidigitation to warm it up.
Yeah. That's cool. So I guess are we okay, just to formalize this, are we all together now?
Yes.
For the
Okay.
sake of brevity, you are all at your
So-
usual table. You guys are currently being tended to by a barmaid asking kind of what you guys want for breakfast. There's always mystery stew for breakfast, which is often a combination of leftovers from yesterday. You could also just go with sausage and eggs and cheese and bread. Okay. You could go with porridge. You can go with hot cereal, which are pretty much the same thing, just one has more milk than the other. But yes, this human barmaid will get your orders and then walk off.
So since we have some time with some shadow, do we want to go ahead and have Aldred come over and
Well, so before we
Agreed.
talk,
We haven't explained that to you yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I was gonna say, once we're all sitting, once we're all sitting down.
I mean, we can speed it up and go. Basically, y'all know about this. We've explained it. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we tell you, they'll give us a week. Which then, if that happens, once we do that, I kind of look over to Eldridge like, quick question. Perchance, with these being ruins of a temple, how long do you think it would take us to actually explore these to the desire that you wish to?
Well, it entirely depends on how deep the runes go, how covered the temple is, how much is actually salvageable, how many notes I'll be taking, or I could probably delegate some of you to help take down some notes. You guys can scribe, yes?
Oh yeah. Damien
3 years
slams
of it.
down.
CC have no idea what that means. Sure, yeah, I guess I could try. Yeah, 1000%. Don't even worry
What did
about
he
it.
say?
Just so you guys
No.
can she's just asking if you guys can like copy down like murals and text on walls and things like that.
Damien.
I will be entirely transparent, Sir Eldred Thorn. I have every intent and full drive in my body to leave no stone in that place undocumented.
That's the attitude you need. That's it there. So, realistically, outside of travel time, so long as we get the desired conditions,
Oh, we love that.
this could take anywhere from 4 days to a week.
There and back or round trip?
Excluding travel time.
My
Right.
Lord.
Well,
Okay.
travel time
Me,
and
my brother in Christ.
travel time included. I personally have at most a week.
I'm sure we can make it work out.
Oh boy.
It also depends on how quickly we can get there. We were talking about the possibility of teleportation, which would take a total of 6 days off of our expedition.
I'm perfectly happy to use my cut of the gold to fund transportation.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, hands on the table, I wouldn't mind shouldering the burden. I'm not really in it for the gold.
Pin just like goes real quiet. Yo, don't take my gold.
Well, how much would it be for teleportation, basically, to get there same day?
That greatly depends. Depends on who we talk to, depends on... Well, don't forget that there is likely going to be some risk with teleportation regardless. Because it's very unlikely that the people who are able to cast teleportation know where we are going, which means that there is a possibility of physical harm coming to our forms. Or us just getting completely lost, and the last thing we want is to accidentally end up on another continent. That would be ridiculous.
I mean,
What's the,
Teleportation is a frustratingly imprecise art.
what is the second best option for travel then?
Chip? Chip, maybe?
We just have to travel by foot. I don't think we need a ship. I mean,
Yeah, we don't need to travel by sea, and unfortunately the airships in DevCast aren't quite commercially available yet, and unless you've got an exorbitant amount of money, which theoretically we could put a large portion of the research grant towards the ship, but that would only get us there and not quite back. We could look into renting possibly some transportation in the form of a carriage bot from DevCast, getting a mechanical beast of burden and a carriage. This way we'll have to make less frequent stops, and we won't be pushing a living, breathing beast of burden to its limits. So this way we don't have to worry about buying feed or stopping for water or exhaustion. If we even go the extra mile and get a Warforged carriage master, the Warforged will not have to sleep. If we get a deluxe caravan, we can sleep in the back, cutting our travel time down to generously a day and a half.
Well, we don't need to worry about lack of sleep.
Do you have familiarity with steering a carriage?
Yes.
Yeah, what's Jonas's old vehicle proficiency going for these days?
I just want the character whose sole character arc is they're just a full peasant, but a master caravaner.
Additionally, it would be cheaper to possibly... Actually, no. When you factor in renting somebody to stay near the temple in order for us to be able to go back. Or we could just purchase a scroll of teleportation to get us back to DevCast.
It could potentially be cheaper.
I propose, between everyone here, I believe that we have sufficient in manpower. I think, while teleportation is efficient, I think that we could potentially rent a wagon with, if we want to splurge, a Warforged beast of burden, or just normal horses. And I think between all of us, we can make the full trip within the week. I mean, in full honesty, I anticipate the actual journey to this place to be the most difficult part. Getting there, I'm sure that we'll be able to handle that. So it's just there and back is the part that we have to actually bring into consideration.
Yes, there
I
and...
have a question.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Out of character.
Oh, out of
Did
character.
Jonas say, like, if their fucking, their patron was like, you have to go specifically with the Tempest Shadows? Or was it just like, just get there?
Patron didn't specify. It just said it wanted him to go with the Temper Shadows.
Okay, then immediately, sorry not to interrupt the old man Oko, but Pin would ask that, and hearing that answer, they would, just note.
Well, then why are we imposing a time limit on ourselves if you just have to get there at some point?
It's entirely possible that the grant money is, what's the word I'm thinking of? His brain today. The grant money is, with the...
I understand the question now. It's not particularly so much that the Magisters at Kelpsa have given me a time limit. It's that I am simply old, and I don't have many grand adventures left in me. As much as I am very taken with your group, if there's conflicts of interest, I'm sure that there's another group here that will be able to accompany me on this, especially for the tune of 10,000 gold.
There seems to be, though I'm not exactly sure why. So the 20 units, and once again, just repeat: if we don't have to go there now, can't we? Why are we rushing for a week? We don't even need to go with them.
True.
I mean, it would be good, but I'm like, we don't need the Tempest Shadows. Fuck them guys, they'll probably backstab us anyway. Pitt is saying this more elegantly than I am, but I have pointed this out before. It was just like, we really don't need them.
Well, there are people in our group who might necessarily need to do that for their own benefit. I just kind of look over at Jonas. As for teleportation, it is theoretically possible that I could cast a teleport spell through a scroll. It is a bit above my current capabilities, but it is possible.
I think with your history, with your background, you would be able to accomplish that.
Right.
However, you would know that a teleportation scroll could easily run up to 5,000 gold.
Yeah, what I was thinking was, we hire a teleporter there, and then I get a scroll of teleportation circle, which might be cheaper, which would teleport us to a known teleportation circle that we can then come back to.
Was it a pad or a circle that got you guys to Inesborough?
I'm assuming it was a circle, wasn't it?
So, sorry, that got who to Inesborough? CC Pin and Ash traveled from Devcast via Cargobot. So they, Damien traveled via Pad.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I assumed the pads were just locations where teleportation circles had been created.
Yes, they're essentially receiving and sending teleportation. Like they are right. Installed and standing teleportation circles.
Theoretically, I could potentially do a teleportation circle that would get us back to maybe Inesborough, or if there is one here, I need to see it to be able to get there. Though.
Yeah. So it just we're out of game.
Sure.
He had suggested that if you guys do get a scroll of teleportation, that could instantaneously get you guys back from the ruins back to civilization. Easy peasy, right. Lemon squeezy. However, teleportation scrolls, to Ashram's knowledge, could cost upwards to 5,000 gold.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, teleportation circle is a lower level spell, therefore cheaper. I would hope. Teleportation circle and teleport are two different spells.
Scroll of teleportation. Teleportation. Oh, let's do teleport.
Yeah, teleport is 7th level, I think. Teleportation circle is 5th.
Sorry.
You okay?
Everybody?
Yeah, no. Like, I feel bad. Like, I feel like I should add more, but like internally, I'm trying to like ration out my talking.
That's no completely
You're
fair.
fine.
You're not feeling
Ooh.
well. You're fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Teleportation circle. Scroll. Does this come in scrolls?
Really, any spell can come in a scroll.
Oh,
Yeah, I
one
would
second.
assume
My
it
cat
would
is
be.
having a sneezing fit. Beer beat.
Okay.
Listen, we need to just stop messing around with scrolls and just upgrade to straight up spell essays.
Isn't that what a scroll is?
No. Listen, the scroll is just like the spark notes. No, I want like Lagatharian's crystalline toe cutter, and it's just a 37-page like front and back side hyper detailed incantation.
So,
A
diatribe
scroll.
on the nature of arcanobiological structures.
I'm just imagining a scroll that like for a spell that has hand signs, where you just have a picture of someone doing the hand signs, and then you just kind of light the scroll on fire. Like, all right, cool, we did the spell.
I imagine that's what like most spell scrolls are, or just the equivalent of. Pardon me, hold on. The equivalent of like the bending scrolls from Avatar.
It depends on the world. Most scrolls that I've seen in games are like they're arcane runes that aren't finished that the wizard then finishes themselves.
Oh.
And that's why they have like partial. They have all the spell energy in them, and then you just finish the rest of the rune to actually cast it.
Okay.
At least that's
Which
how
is
I-
why
I-
they're generally single use.
right. Because they burn up.
Not to derail what's already been derailed, but like this planning stage that we need to complete.
Mhm.
Perhaps we should do that, guys.
Okay,
Maybe.
so, from what I'm seeing on the interwebs here, and Ashram likely would know this, a scroll of teleport circle has the possibility of failing. It is vastly cheaper, but also here it says like the caster should be at least level 18 to teleport 5 people plus themselves, right? I mean, I guess Ashram, again with Ashram's background, could theoretically do that.
I know.
That's where was
Sorry, I'm
whisper?
talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, the more expensive spell won't fail.
While this is happening, since time seems to be such an issue, can CC if the Tempest Shadows are here, can CC go up to the Drow? I think it was Eris.
Yeah, Eris. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just go up to Eris and be like, hey, so I know you said a week. Can you give us like 10 days basically instead of 3 extra
Oh
days?
my god.
Just because I don't care how we do this. I want to do because I want to do both, but I also don't want to be like we're rushing through. I was like, but if this time thing is an issue, I could just ask her. It's like, hey, I messed up on my calculation of this thing we have to do. We may need, again, may, not guaranteed, but may need like 3 more days. So it'd be 10 days total.
I see. So this is a precautionary acquisition of extension, yes?
Yes.
Eris is pretty much like by herself at the moment at their usual table. The lady might be. I think maybe we could err on the side that you won't need the extra time, yes? Maybe?
Really like to try to see if I can persuade her to be like, could like give us the.
Roll me a persuade.
All right, let's see what happens.
I mean, you can't roll below a 20.
And lo and behold, I rolled a 20 anyway, so that's funny.
LMAO.
I will talk with the lady. I think maybe arrangements can be made, yes?
Of course, thank you so much for your understanding. Apologies again, that was on my fault. I'm not great at math or really using my brain, as you all have seen before. So, thank you so much.
It's not as easy as it looks.
And then I just walked back. I was just like,
No.
and I kind of walked back. I was like, okay, cool. So have you guys figured out what we're gonna do? It's like, because I was like,
Cece's like, I'm a problem solver. Let's go.
I was like, I'm down for going whichever way we go. It's like, as long as we do.
I think I vote for the mechanical route.
Yeah, I'm good for beast of burden carriage thing.
I'm just gonna
Sounds good.
interject here while you guys are planning. Nemphra will finish her breakfast first, and she will tell Damien that she's just gonna go check on the flock, and she'll be back.
Understood. Be safe.
I will.
Okay. I believe a mechanical beast of burden is our best course of action in terms of the amount of money we would spend versus what we would get out of it.
I agree. I believe it makes most effective use of our available manpower, skills, and it doesn't go too over budget. I mean, while I admittedly am not monetarily focused in this, I would like you all to be reasonably compensated for your efforts.
I mean, we can have that 600 up front, so that we can get supplies and everything, and I assume the rest of it would come out of the 10,000 that's left over.
Ah, shit, we don't get that. We don't get the 10,000.
No,
Well,
we get 600 but we all get 600 up front, which is 3,000 of it. The other like 7,000 split between us is after.
Oh, okay.
And
Slide.
then,
I'm
yeah,
only
whatever's
expecting
left,
100 up front.
whatever's left of
Me.
the 10,000 we get after the fact, once everything is over and we're back. Supposedly. That seems to be the case.
Yeah, so that's the question. If he's giving us 600 up front, no, actually, never mind. That's a dumb question. Don't worry what I was gonna say.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna be like, if we're getting the 600 up front
Okay.
for us, does that mean we also have to pay for the travel as well? And then, or is this travel expenses? We're like, hey, this is what we're doing, and then he pays for the travel.
So, the research grant is 10,000 gold.
Total.
Yes, total. So he's willing to give you guys about 600 each to shop for supplies, things like health potions or better gear and so on and so forth, because the more equipped you guys are, the better his chances are of surviving. If you guys, again, for the sake of brevity, he will offer during this last day, because you guys won't be available until effectively tomorrow, to make his way to DevCast and take care of acquiring travel and shit like that if you guys wanted to go with the cargo bot option. And he will come back the next day with the means of travel that you guys have decided that you want. So it won't come out of your 600 each. And then at the end, when everything is all said and taken care of, whatever is left that wasn't spent in preparation for the expedition will be paid out to you.
Look where your tether's going.
Understood.
One's standing
Yeah.
between
I like that plan. I think mechanical beast of burden is our best course of action. I think that. What's the going rate for a Warforged?
In
driver?
my experience, renting the services of a cargo bot and a driver could be about 100 to 200 gold pieces, depending on the distance and the time that we'd need them for. Err on the side of caution and say 200 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's not bad.
However, the straight purchasing of a cargo bot and a caravan would go about 700 gold pieces, but that caravan and cargo bot would be
put it back on,
yours
but put it back
at the
on
end of
in
this.
such a way as that it is of not obscuring the direct
Having a
center
carriage and a car, having a
Yeah,
carriage.
but it would be an investment. It's not a bad idea.
I'm down for that.
Less than 1,000? That's a pretty good deal, in my opinion.
Since Cece's been there long enough, is there anybody he would know who might be able to try to give Eldred a deal, like either Ross or Tricky?
sort of out over would be about good.
Tricky would probably at least know people who are able to
try and pick that one up.
convince other people to give better deals. Vivian would probably be able to help make sure that you guys get the best for your money. That's pretty much all that's coming to mind.
Then as he goes, then if that's what we're deciding with, I was just like, while you're in DevCast, what I would recommend as well, if you aren't extremely proficient in constructs, there's someone who works at the DevCast police office, Vivian, who is someone I know. Tell her you're a friend of Cece, and see if she can help you make sure we get the best construct for what we need.
Okay. I will do that. Would
And
be
I'm just gonna describe her. I was like, she's a little bit smaller, very thick glasses, brown hair.
Probably her most defining feature is the fucking 7-foot tall massive construct behind her.
Don't mind her, but she also has a giant robot named Frankie. He's great though. Don't worry. Just don't do anything threatening. Otherwise, you will lose him.
Don't do anything to set off code red. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Code red. Cough, cough, cross.
All right. Well, so just to confirm, you guys want me to purchase a caravan and cargo bot?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have preference for the Beast of Burden?
Well,
Mechanical?
Fastest. The one who can travel the furthest in a day.
Mechanical.
Well, if it's yeah.
So for speed, we'll probably go for... Okay, I'll find a runner model. It will probably be sacrificing a little robustness, so hopefully you don't find your cargo bot in the midst of a battle, but I think speed might be a good option.
Can't imagine one of those creatures taking damage. Made of metal, for God's sakes.
Well, and he kind of points over to Stein. You see, constructs do find themselves in situations on occasion. They're not invincible.
Very well. Yeah, that's great. So 600 for us to get prepared, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes, well, how about I do this now, and he will produce a scroll from one of his pouches. A simple contract. Feel free to read it over if you wish, but here, and he will snap his fingers, and a quill will appear. Feel free to sign your names, all of you, on the dotted line. This is just to ensure that I don't forget your names for the book to come from this, but also to ensure that we all understand these terms, these agreements, that you all are not about to take 3,000 gold of the research grant and I never see you all again.
Makes sense.
Can the CC just look over this a little bit closer, like make sure? I don't think he's definitely lying to us, but he's like, contracts. Let's not get into another one that we regret.
Yeah. Feel free to roll me a, investigation.
Investigation.
What was that sound?
A lawyer check.
Woo!
That's still great, though.
Hells yeah. Seems like a standard contract, nothing really out of the blue. It just does say that you guys will be mentioned in the book, that you guys are intending to uphold your end of the bargain details listed. It seems like he was probably drafting this last night. Nothing seems fishy, doesn't seem scammy.
Sounds cool. I was like,
Like
no,
a piece of paper is
like one of the few things that I have like almost nothing in. I was like, majority is like, oh yeah, you can do this, and then you chose investigation. I was like,
Ashton's gonna sign it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign it as well.
All right.
Give me the 600 pieces. Like, you me.
There's 3 people I haven't heard from yet.
Sorry.
A piece of paper will stop me from shenanigans, but I'll sign.
Okay.
I've just been in and out of coughing up a lung. I apologize.
Oh, buddy, do you need a piece, my dude?
I'm here. I'm human. There's only like another 2 hours.
We could probably
do that.
go. Yeah, we could probably go like another hour. We can cut this a little short.
I can manage that. I'm a big boy.
Okay.
Also,
So-
we're gonna buy the cart, just so you know. I don't know
Look what she
if
says you have
that.
Asher is going to
Yeah, no, I am.
specifically sign with a doctor's
Yeah, no,
signature
you-
that
Oh.
cannot be read.
Okay, cool. Be difficult. That's fine.
I am trying to keep a low profile so that someone does not read this book and go, "Oh, that's where he is."
That's where that fuck went. However, you are familiar with like Kelp's legally binding documents and whatnot. There is some magic involved in this. This is
Right.
if you don't
Okay.
uphold your end of the bargain, this is going to come back and bite you in the
Yeah.
ass.
I figured it was magical in nature.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to assume everyone has signed it at this point.
Yeah, no. Like, normally Damien would have given it a good read through, but, I mean, he trusts this guy.
All right. And sorry, Jonas, did I hear a no from you?
No, I said yes.
Okay, cool. All right, then he produces 5 baggies, five coin purses, 5 little satchels, containing 600 gold worth of platinum, each.
Let's go. Let's get paid. Let's go.
So yeah, 60 platinum each, if my math is correct.
60 platinum.
Hey, Damien takes his bag, separates 10, puts the rest of it in the bag, and hands it back, and he says, I'll be fine with this for now.
Oh, no. I'm... Though I appreciate your altruism, young man.
Damien grabs his hand, opens it, and places the bag inside of it, and he says, please, I insist.
I know they were
I do not feel right until we have successfully completed this. I know it might seem a little bit obtuse, but I will be fine with what we have. I'll have no need for the money until after the job is done anyways.
Then I unfortunately have to hand this to somebody else, because as listed in the contract that I have also signed alongside all of you, this is your money.
And holds out their grubby little mitts.
Then he will slowly start lowering the satchel into Pin's grubby little mitts.
I will very slowly maneuver my hands and take the bag.
I shock and grasp. I'm kidding.
Let me hold on to this for Damien,
Why do you have to do it?
because I will not spend it.
Who's to say I was planning on spending it?
I just give Finn a look.
They like cannot keep eye contact with you.
So I'll be taking this. I just put it in my bag. And I'm not gonna put it in my inventory as money. I'm literally just gonna put it in as bag of 500 gold pieces, so that I don't accidentally spend it.
I will have my revenge. I say out of character.
All right. So again, like Eldred looks to Damien. It's just like
do it, no wolf.
you're a good kid, and I understand that. I appreciate that you're not in it for the gold, and that you're in it for the adventure, and the research, the knowledge, the pursuit.
I mean, of course. Just non-existent glasses. What I will obtain from this intellectually will outshine any monetary reward I could receive, by far.
I see a lot of myself
Plus-
in you, young man. And I'm excited. I'm excited to start this venture with you. That being said, and he will stand up from his chair, I think I will take my leave, make my way back to DevCast, make the proper arrangements, and I will see you all back here tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Damien seems frozen in place.
Aww.
In awe.
I'm gonna offer my hand to shake. Yeah, gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah, he will return the shake with his bony old man hand.
That is
I'm also gonna see him out, and then I'm going to head over to a cobbler as quick as I can.
Okay. Before we have that, is there anything anybody else wanted to do with Eldred before he's gone?
Don't open that can of worms, oh shit.
Kiss him.
Damien just
Kiss
blue
him.
screening.
Damien's just kind of like a fly could fly inside and outside of his mouth, and he probably won't notice.
And it's just
Senpai
my-
noticed me. Alright.
Well, stop moving forward.
Now
Come to
departed.
rest.
But yeah, no, like Damien will seem frozen for a while, and it's probably only like 10 minutes later that he blinks and finally comes to. He says, "He thinks I'm like him." And he slowly sits back down in his chair.
That's so cute.
I'm never washing this hand again.
Oh,
I mean, there's an empty bowl that he had porridge in, like, just sitting there on the table, man. Like,
Lick it. Lick it.
no.
Oh, it's the worst.
Alright, let's, did you want to roleplay going to the cobbler,
Yeah,
D?
just real quick, if that's all right.
Okay. You are making me come up with another random NPC on the spot.
I gotta keep you honest.
Why are you like this?
If I didn't do it, who would?
Probably me, because I'd find something and want to be like, how do I give this to someone? I'd be like,
One second.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck. Here it comes.
That's what she said. Come on, no one's gonna laugh. That was good.
I don't know if you see me
Sorry, I was
staring
reading
disappointedly at
I
that- at
chuckled.
the
My
camera.
mic didn't pick it up. Okay, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. I needed that.
It's
Brave your heart
smooth.
chuckle.
Did you like that one, Betty?
It's very good. It did not help with the coughing, but it was funny.
Hex, you didn't laugh. Please. I need this.
Crumb. Give me a crumb. What's a crumb?
Is Hex there?
Hex might be wandering. He goes on a wander now and again. Alright. You, Ash, you know what? Roll me a perception.
Sure. Perception. That's not great. That's not great.
Jeez.
That's not great.
Man, it's really fucking hard to navigate this town, and you're so unfamiliar with it. It seems that maybe either at this current time you're unable to find a cobbler, or you're gonna spend about 2 hours looking for a cobbler.
I got work. I got work though.
You do have work.
No, I want to do nice thing for people.
No shot. Really?
I know.
Hex,
I'm
are you
gonna-
kidding me?
I'm gonna fall asleep. I need to burn it at some
Oh,
point.
okay,
That's
okay,
valid.
okay.
All
Alright.
Thank you.
That's crazy, bro.
Hex, my beloved.
Alright. You eventually find the cobbler shop, down to the soul, SOLE.
Love it.
And luckily for you, standing outside is sort of a modestly built, rich, dark-skinned woman with shortened, very thick, curly, almost whitish hair, placing a sign out front. And upon closer inspection, the sign is the open sign. So you literally caught her as she was opening.
Hello there. My name is Ashram. If you don't mind, I need to get a pair of shoes and get a pair of shoes quick. Or boots, I guess, technically.
Oh, thank you for the pity bitties there, too, Ed. I mean, how quick are we talking? And closer to her now, like looking, she's shorter than you. She's about 5'3". She's got these bright, shimmering, almost silvered eyes.
Preferably, maximum would be within 48 hours. Preferably would be today, if I could.
Oh, okay. And she, like, kind of, like, shifts her weight on her foot and just kind of, like, looks you up and down for a second. I imagine that that's possible where you're from, fancy boy, but, the leather doesn't work like that, honey. If you want something quick, how about you look at the shoes I already have in stock, and I'm willing to make some adjustments if needed.
Oh, I apologize. I got ahead of myself. It's early. I just got out. That was exactly what I was thinking as well. If you have anything in stock that I can look at that you can make adjustments to for a daintier foot, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
Daintier foot? So, what, men's size 9?
Not quite. I give her pins measurements. I don't know what pins measurements
More
are.
accurately, you describe this as for a small humanoid child?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Small human ? Child.
Okay, so for your daughter then, do you happen to have her size?
Yes. And then I give them relatively what I think the size is based on my memory.
Roll me an intelligence check.
I do have keen mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I know exactly what their foot looks like.
All right, roll me intelligence at advantage. You know what the foot looks like, but you have not pulled a ruler out to it.
That's, you know what? That's 100% fair. Come on. Let's go! Love those roleplay natural
What
20s.
a time to get a nat.
Oh my god. It's
Role
role plays. All right.
Iowa, everybody, Supreme Foot Observer.
Ashram and defeat confirmed?
No. I gotta beat these allegations. Absolutely not. Absolutely
I
not.
take it back. I don't want the shoes.
Two items already in my notes, Supreme
Take the
Foot
shoes.
Observer.
I fireball the house and leave. I fireball it and leave. No.
You can't keep burning your problems, Ashram. You can't keep incinerating your problems. All right, yeah. You managed to. She cuts it down to a selection. She's got some daintier shoes. She's got flats. She's got boots. But most notably, because you specify that this is for a child, she starts talking about the types of shoes that she does here that grow with the feet. They are laced from essentially the toe to the tongue, and leave some wiggle room for expansion.
This is going to sound a little crazy. That won't quite be
I love
necessary.
you, but like,
But thank you. I would like to get something sturdy, preferably waterproof and as comfortable as possible in a boot.
No.
If I could.
but that's what bugs me. I'm just like, no. Why are
All right.
I'm sorry.
She will
I guess
show you a
this- I
few
guess
other
this is the
boots
autism.
and
I can't.
some things with like thicker cured leathers. She even has like she brings you over to like the dwarf and gnome and halfling selections as well, and show things like steel-toed boots or boots that were specifically designed with like hard work or working in the mines.
Deliberately-
Um,
like
in mind?
deliberately scuffed shit.
I'm looking at the steel toes like, bet Pin could probably kick someone really hard with these. Because technically they already have steel toes. So I don't say that out loud.
I was gonna say.
All in my head. So, but that would also break through
interesting that item
leather if
basically
they
allows for
kick
flight.
someone. You know what? Yeah, let's go with the steel toe. If I could get that, and make sure it is as waterproof as possible. It appears to be a work boot, so that'll work. Yeah, I think these will work. As long as they are able to be tailored for the size that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this here's the measurements that you gave me. Yeah, this is about 3 gold pieces for a sturdier working boot.
Absolutely, I'm gonna hand them 4.
Oh, mighty fine tip. Thank you very much.
Like that is
And we let you hold on to Damien's gold? That's crazy.
Listen.
Stein could have had 3 arms with that gold.
You have enough to get Stein 6 arms, okay? It's fine.
What about 12?
What about 12?
You don't even worry about it.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna take these back. I'm not gonna roleplay walking all the way back.
Yeah.
And just, I'm going to sit down, take the boots out, put them in front of Pin.
All right, let's see what everyone else is doing, because Pin might not be exactly where you left them.
That's fair. That's fair.
Scurry.
All right, what are you guys doing as Ashram just basically darts off without a word?
LMAO, not saying anything. I'll be right back. He said that when he left me Yodas.
Well, so I know I need to go see. I'm so bad with the names, but I know it. Briar, but I know last time I went this early, I don't think he was open.
Yeah, no, he probably won't be open.
But I also know that Pin wanted to come with to see if we could find a smithy while I'm out going to speak with Briar. Before I do that, do I see if
they are?
One moment. Do I see if Callie is downstairs to see if we can cement if we can get that additional time?
No, she's not down yet.
Well, guess we're gonna have to do this later this evening then. I look over to Pin like after this, like, so do we want to go see if we can find the blacksmith? See if we can get the Stein situation resolved, and I'll stop by the other places to see about that ring, about the brilliant blessing, because I remember that I had that written down.
Thank you, because I didn't.
Got you. Don't even worry about it.
Gods. Again, if I give you guys a shop name, where the first and second letter, where it's 2 letters, and they both start with the same, sorry, if it's 2 words and they both start with the same letter, I came up with it on the spot, okay?
Although, I don't know, Down to the Soul is
really good.
I was literally thinking, like, of shoe puns. I was thinking of shoe puns, as I was, like, also looking up an NPC, randomly generated NPC. You didn't even get her name, she got a name.
I know, I was waiting for you to say the name, I'm like, no, currently unnamed and notes, like, sad.
This is
the hot lady, one of the many we have in the city.
I'm a female DM. You guys are just gonna be surrounded by bodacious babes. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know. What did her name tag say? I don't know.
She didn't have it. You didn't even care to look, bitch.
It's true. I didn't.
Sorry. Back to this. You guys heading off to the blacksmithy?
I look over at Pin, like, so do we want to go now? Do you want to wait a little bit? It's up to you. Because I can't go where I need to go yet, because last time I went there, it was closed. So I know it needs to take a little bit of time. So we could go to the smithy first.
Exactly. You might as well go now.
So I make sure, like, they get ready and then go, and then I guess we're on our way to go see the smithy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cece's been around the town a number of times now in various little ventures. So you are familiar with the Red Hot Anvil, or at least its location. And it's hard to tell if it's actually open, but the door wasn't locked. The counter isn't manned, but you do hear a rhythmic hammering on metal coming from the back. Behind the counter there is a open archway door that does show that there is a workshop in the back. But inside, again, like, the light isn't really on, the counter's not manned, you don't really see anybody there, there's no sign denoting whether or not it's open or closed. There's a collection of dust in the corners of the shop. There is, however, a medley of beautifully crafted blades, forks, knives, spoons, metalworks, even just like decorative filigrees that you can hang on your wall and things like that.
God, that
do
mod
I
there,
Displayed.
like that.
There are
Do I
no
see-
guns here.
And,
Do I see like any sign to be like see
Or
like
is that
how to
standard?
get someone's attention? Because you can like hear something in the back, but just no one's out front, basically.
I downloaded
Oh, okay.
the
You
same
you want to roll me a perception?
I couldn't remember if I
Oh, perception.
because I have no idea what's been scheme. And oh my god.
As you
that
approach the
is
counter, you
so
notice a small bell on the counter.
is
I'll just ring it
everything with the
once.
crafting system.
Yep.
As
Or a button, I should say. You press the button and you hear a series of bells ring in the workshop area. The tinging eventually stops, and rounding the corner is a shorter, very broad-shouldered dwarvish woman with a gleam of sweat on her skin and the blacksmithing leather apron.
So here's
Where is it?
right?
Ah, it's morning. All right.
Ka-
Good morning.
Karinga's gonna
good morning.
get to the point where he's just.
Do I see?
not gonna look at
Do
things that are,
they
like,
have a
shining
nameplate
in
or
the
anything to
fucking
see like
distance?
who I'm talking
And he's
to?
gonna
Or
Nope.
just
notice a
like
bunch of shit.
I was like, hi, I'm CC. Apologies. I like making sure I know who I'm speaking with. Who may I ask your name?
Name's Cannon
Okay.
Bone Grip.
Cannonball. Oh yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I don't have that's crazy. I was like, my friend here was wondering if they could work on. I look over to Pin actually. It's like, you want to that you need to work on your Stein to fix them. I don't understand how much it works, but I was wondering if they would be able to help. Oh,
I imagine they're just like peeking over the counter. Like you just see like the top of their head and their little horns.
All right. What is
Oh,
it you need,
Do
darling?
you have to power attack to get those to spawn?
If you could provide me with a hoard of scrap metal, that would be great.
I might be able to
Alright.
get you
Okay.
some
Okay.
scrap metal. Like,
Sorry, I missed.
Well,
that
what-
part
what kind of
there,
steel you
especially
looking for?
earlier where, like,
do you want iron? Do you
yeah,
want
you had
steel? Do you want silver?
talked
Do you
about
want
the pink balls and what they
copper?
did,
Like,
and I just
metal is
sort
a
of
very
got lost in
broad
the sauce
term.
of
Like, I
imagining,
need
like,
a
having
wee bit
shitload
more to go
those
off
on
of.
screen.
You looking for material of a furnace?
I was like, was it mostly just work metal? I'm pretty sure.
For sure. I don't think it specifies what a steel defense. Wow, steel! It's in the name. My brain, her mind. No, yeah, Pinwood is. I would assume they really would just take anything, but since she asked for specifics, they'll provide whatever material Stein happens to be made out of, which I don't think is specified inside of the name. Any steel defense, nope. Nope, it doesn't
Oh,
really say.
it's-
Just
it's a
steel, I
ship.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, personally, with Stein having like the furnace in the center of him, I mean, Stein sounds pretty piecemeal himself, right? He's probably got
Exactly.
a plethora of different metals that's gone into his construction. However, if Pin does mention specifically that they are looking for means to
Now,
repair
does it-
Stein,
Does that
do they?
also get
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Cece also said it, but
the
Okay.
damage that it
As soon as you mentioned that,
affected under
Caden's eyes
defense?
just kind of like look
Like,
past the two
higher
of you
your
and look up to
defense,
Stein and just goes,
the
"Oh,
barrier take less
okay, well,
Or does the
oh,
barrier
yeah,
have its own
okay."
sort of defense
I see. He's
rating?
only got one arm. That's
Everything
makes
is
sense. You need to
better
repair him.
than it is.
Now, if you want, I could give you or I could sell you, not give, cheeky.
Okay. Yeah.
I could sell you some of my stock that I get in from Devcast, or I do happen to have a few metallic prosthetics, maybe something of the orcish variety. It might be big enough to fit him, and maybe I imagine if you're his caretaker, you're the one to put them together, yeah?
they will
Nice.
just nod.
If I give you the prosthetic, do you think maybe you could artifice it to work it for your specific needs? However, if I give you a prosthetic
yeah,
that's, or
right.
sell you a prosthetic that's been worked, it is going to be far more expensive, but you won't have to find a forge or a means to work some metal while you're in town.
That's really strong.
How much more expensive?
Well,
I was
in
gonna
order
ask,
to
but, like,
repair
I
the
figured
arm,
you
you're
knew- I
probably
figured
going to
you knew what you were
need
doing.
about 80 to 100 gold's worth of cast iron. Or if you just want a pre-made prosthetic, that's going to probably run you about 500 to 800 gold pieces.
Owie.
So for the prosthetic,
For the prosthetic, yeah. If you want something simpler, it goes closer to the 500, but if you want something a little more robust, or maybe with some extra compartments, then it goes up to closer to the 800.
No thanks. I'll just take the scraps you have laying around. Can I check your
uh,
garbage can?
What?
really, really quickly, actually, Cece looks at him and he's like, I can help with the payment if you really want to. I would prefer that. Or if you really want to do this your way, we can also do it. It's up to you.
Also,
Like, so if you wanna get
sorry
the-
we won, but I don't really keep much garbage around. It's metal has a variety of uses. Nothing goes to waste here. Even if I get little slivers or little tiny ribbons from grinding or lathing some metal, like melt it back down to go into an ingot.
That's fair. I
Not
assumed
literally
so.
throwing gold away around here. That'd be ridiculous.
And they'll look over at Cece.
I don't think I'll need a prosthetic. I prefer to do things my way.
Sounds fair enough.
I have to go to
So
bed.
it would be like they said, like 100 gold for the worked metal that would
You're
be
dark
needed.
stupid, so-
Would we, I guess, then just have to like rent the? Could we like rent the forge so Pin could do what they need to do?
No, buddy.
Theoretically, that would be...
Part of the cost.
Well,
Or
it wouldn't be part of the cost. That would be an additional charge, which she'll charge you 10 additional gold for.
okay.
I mean, question though.
Mm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Pin built Stein without really having access to a forge, so is that necessary? Like, if I took enough time, would I just be able to do it? I have heat metal.
I mean, Stein is a forge.
Theoretically, you're not
Hey,
wrong. I don't know if you can get
got a
hot
belly
that hot,
food.
but that's actually not a
You
bad
can't-
thought.
And
Why not?
technically, you know what? Yeah, I'll just say it will take you longer, but you can do it on the road and whatnot. Stein might not be tip-top shape by the time you guys get to the ruins, but if you want to save that extra 10 gold, you can probably go about it that way.
I was like, CC shrugs her shoulders, like, it's up to you. It's like, because CC also, very straight says, like, I don't mind paying for this, because also CC's gonna be like, if we get multiple things, could we get a discount? Because do I see armor that she sells?
Yep, she sells some armor.
Slightly out of character, but or above board. Asher will help you with any inscribing of runes that you need, if that'll help take time off.
Kings. The family comes together.
Yeah.
Stein will unite us.
I love how, like, you all met in Devcast over Stein, and now you're all, like, helping each other and getting each other's backs.
I mean, I technically did. I like Stein, but I technically did meet Pin because Pin was like, I need to talk to Pin. Stein's cool, but I do need to talk to Pin.
You little
you
thing.
technically saw Stein before you saw Pin.
That's because it was a giant robot in the center, and I hear just someone crying. You're gonna be okay. I mean, kind of.
But saw him first by force.
Yeah. He was also
Yeah.
outside the warehouse. Actually, no. Was he outside the warehouse? I can't remember.
Uh,
Session 0 stuff.
I think we were
So-
teleported outside the warehouse after she assailed us, but please continue, Cece.
But yeah, so because I'm basically gonna be like, if I because I'm basically looking to see if I could get some more armor, like if they have like studded leather instead, or also if they have potentially. I'm assuming this is a long shot to see if they have potentially anything like that would give me more AC, like or any type of really good, like a magical item, which I don't think is gonna happen here, considering this is a smithy. But who knows?
Yeah.
Okay?
Unfortunately, she doesn't really have much in the way of magically enchanted item. However, she gives you her word that the bone grip craft is more than capable of taking on magic.
Okay.
So that being said, hold on.
Do she have studded leather armor?
Da-da-da-da. I gotta look up shit because I don't know costs of things on like the back of my fucking hand. Why is this confusing? Oh my god. She has unenchanted, regular, masterworked, studded leather armor, for 175 gold pieces.
Okay. With both of those, I was just like, is there any way we could get a discount? Like, any...
Y'all love haggling.
Listen, man.
Shopping episode.
Listen, real life, anything over $20, I'm like, that's really expensive. So, like...
It's one of the great D&D joys is haggling.
Roll me a persuasion, you College of Eloquence fuck.
You said persuasion?
Yeah. Jesus fucking
Yeah, I remember I tried to
Christ.
persuade her and could not do it.
You didn't have a great start with her.
It's fair. I don't have a great start with me.
It's almost like Ash is abrasive.
Yeah, who knew?
You ask her for like the bulk deal, and she's just kind of like arms crossed, just humming and hawing, and just 170.
70. All right, that's fair. And I pull out then 17 platinum. So I'll take for my thing. Pin isn't paying for any of this.
Okay.
If you say so.
Wait, sorry. Are you also covering the cost of the 100?
Yeah, that's why I was saying the bulk thing, because I was gonna do the like.
Oh, okay. So it's it's 170 for the armor. 270 if you're also covering the cost of Pin's material.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh man, how kind of you! You shouldn't have.
As Pin's like, I don't care. I get to keep my money.
Yeah.
You sucker.
Pin's just like,
Rubbing your hand together.
baby.
Yes.
And baby.
Meanwhile, Jonas doesn't really have a concept of currency.
Literally, will this do? And he throws like his entire bag of 600 gold at you.
That was so good.
All right. Did you guys want to
That
do
is
anything else at the
basically-
smithy?
That covers. I just wanted like better armor, so I'm just gonna make sure I put on studded leather armor now.
Mhm.
I'm assuming I can't just be like, I could sell my armor back or be like, so thank you for this. I was like, but I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, she seems very prideful of her work and her name, so she's probably not going to accept somebody else's
Oh,
crafted
That's
works.
valid.
I'm gonna poison my stock.
Yeah, I look over, but other than that, I feel pretty comfortable with what I have.
They like dead
How-
ass have no guns here. Sorry to interrupt you, CC.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Not at the smithy.
No Glock.
No Gluck.
No clogs.
All right. If there's nothing else you guys wanted to do at the smithy, Damien and Jonas, is there anything you guys are doing before your workday gets started?
Damien is about to go buy a shit ton of stationery.
Okay.
I think Jonas is just checking in with the Ravenous to make sure the arrangement's okay. Their little compromise.
So long as your end is kept, then I will play as amicably as I can.
I would just like to add that the little dagger trick is not replacing your magic, it is simply channeling it.
You won't be replacing me anytime soon. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. And Damien, you are buying just a shit ton of stationery?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's not buying the flimsy paper either. He's buying the thick stuff.
The good stuff. You're buying the spell
good
component
stuff.
stuff?
Well, he buys enchanted ink and parchment specifically for spellcraft.
Mhm.
And writing in his putting spells in his grimoire. But he also buys just good quality stationery for the absolute document apocalypse that's gonna happen.
All right. You can go to a seemingly bookshop here called the Archiving Acolyte. And yeah, you are able to get your magic components here, along with some really good cardstock, really good thick, nice paper.
Oh, the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Like
good
Damien,
The good parchment.
Damien spends probably more than a reasonable person should just feeling the quality of certain papers until he finds the exact one he likes.
Me at a fabric store. Oh, the bunny.
Oh,
It's
buddy. Dude, you have fucking COVID? What's wrong with you?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no, I don't have congestion. I don't have a headache. It's just the throat, and it
Change-
feels like I got something I gotta swallow, but I can't.
If I had a
Change
fever
of
every
plans,
time I heard
guys.
that.
Next Saturday is actually Buddy's funeral.
Oh no.
Oh no,
It's okay. I'll get better.
You're just like method acting for Damien. You're getting really familiar with the ins and outs of death. Learning
It's
firsthand.
cool.
Oh
It's
my
cool.
god.
I'm gonna take a quick little trip to the land of the afterlife. High five, Anubis. I'll be back before dinner.
All right.
Yes.
Anything anybody else wants to do?
Go ahead. Nope.
No, you
Go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I was like, I know, I was gonna check to see before we go back to see if the Brilliant Blessing was opening at that point in time. Just checking on that ring I gave Briar. He said it'd be done by today. He did say he needed a full day for it. I was like,
Yeah. You go by, you and Pin are walking by, and unfortunately it is not quite open yet. However, I'll say for the sake of brevity, Ash, you, pardon me, spot them as you're making your way back to the tavern.
Pen, if you don't mind, can I have you over here?
Pen will look at CC, but then kind of just no oblige.
All right. Ashram's gonna take the boots out, put them in front, squat down. All right, let me help you get in them.
What the hell are you doing? Get off the floor.
These are for you.
Everybody do the dinosaur.
All right.
Who heard that? Or who said that?
I heard that. These are for you. I want to make sure they fit properly.
I can do it myself. Thank you.
Okay. Very well.
And does Ashram like watch them go to like put it on?
Yeah, Ashram is gonna stay down just to make sure they fit.
Could you maybe turn around? This is weird.
I feel like this is supreme foot observer behavior.
Yeah, you are not beating the allegation.
This is why it's in all caps in my notes now.
They're not. This much attention makes them uncomfortable.
Ashram will turn around.
Thank you.
No
They
problem.
will try on the boots, and I'm guessing because you got an at 20, this is the Cinderella moment. It's the perfect fit.
They do fit like a glove, yeah.
I hope they got the size right. I tried to make sure it was not a lot I could do on short notice, unfortunately.
No, this you can turn around. This is they're wonderful. Thank you.
I'll turn around and just kind of tap him on the head. Glad to hear it.
Little
All right.
pats.
Yeah, they
Let's
stiff it
go.
up.
I suppose it's time for work, huh?
Big nod. With their cool new shoes. Dude, this have the steel toes, by the way. I
Yeah, it's
forgot.
still toed.
Yes, still to
Hee
work
hee.
boots.
They're just like tapping the steel parts together
I
to
was-
see the sound it makes.
Oh yeah, with the click. Ashram responds. Oh yeah. I was afraid that your toes might eventually poke through. I don't know if you're like they're sharp or whatever. So I got steel toes just to be safe.
Ah, well, I appreciate the thought and consideration. I guess this will be good to have when I'm working on Stein's new harm, so I don't lose any of my toes.
Oh, fantastic! You got the materials you needed?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, CC paid for them.
Yeah, that sounds like CC. Let me know if you need any help.
I
with
make
any
money
brewing.
like passively by doing my other job. I don't know what you all want from me.
No, I was being nice. What do you mean? That sounds like something CC would
I
do.
don't know. When you said
Perfect
sounds
sucker.
like CC sounds a little like, oh yeah, of course.
Ah, yeah, CC. The
Fucking
sucker. Got it.
Yeah.
If you need any help with describing runes, please come to me. I'm more than happy to help.
To be fair, Asherim is the last person who gets to be judging CC for that.
That's very true.
Literally,
It's 4 pieces. Take 10.
here, poor, and then he throws $10 at him.
Okay. That's. I gave 1 extra gold. It's not that much difference. It's a tip.
2
for
extra gold.
Good service.
But yeah.
Besides, he already made that gold back earlier by stealing the knife.
Good and bad in equal measure. Anyway, the gang assembles. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
I assume. You guys make your way over to the mines, ready to start your last day of your contract. Nemphra is there, already with the flock. Her hair again braided over her shoulder, her silvered locks, and she's got her vestiges on. She's got her dark cowl up, her long red robes, or her long black robes, the rib cage corset over her torso. And she makes eye contact with you all as you start to approach, and she starts walking over to you. So, it seems we might have a different task today. The creatures from yesterday came from that entrance over there, which I believe some of you are already familiar with, right?
Correct.
Apparently some of the walls deeper into that cave gave way, and we're being asked to investigate further.
Great news.
However, it seems to open into a little bit of a larger expanse. So I and the flock will be joining you today.
Oh, that should be fun.
Out of character, this worries me.
What was that?
Out of character, this worries me.
Why does it worry you?
I'm just like, why do you have to be here? Some fishy.
You guys are theoretically the safest, as you guys will have an entire flock of undead with you.
Well, I've been experimenting with a few new spells, so this will be a chance to try them out.
Hopefully you guys won't come into anything that requires you to waste your resources. If at all possible, please allow me to do what I have been contracted here to do and protect you. This is more so just to make sure that we're all safe.
Well, we all received the same contract, so I think it's also our responsibility to make sure you're safe. We should be protecting each other, yes?
I do agree with the protecting each other, but my contract is different from yours, I fear.
Are you getting paid more than us?
Oh,
All comes down to the brass tacks or the gold.
I'm not being paid by the Miners Guild here. I'm being paid by Vermod. Well, that we can talk about it once we get into the mines, of course. But I hope that you all are ready, and I look forward to working with all of you.
That's great.
This is gonna be so fun.
And I think for the sake of Buddy's health, maybe we should call it here and pick
Hex
up. Yes, and
Sorry.
Hex's sleep.
Oh yeah, no, like after this, I'm
buddy.
probably gonna go sit in the shower for a while.
Oh,
Oh my god, what the hell happened to you?
he's dying.
I
Please
that-
take a COVID test, and please have it
Yeah.
come back negative.
Take a COVID test. It sounds rough.
I will. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good.
All right. We are going to start our sign off. So first and foremost, we have Damien, who's played by Simply Your Buddy, who is a dad-flavored VTuber. We have Pin, who's played by Mio Possum, who is a fantastic VTweeter and V-artist, who has done all of the art for Inkstained. We love it so much. Then we have Ashroom, who's played by High Queen Dee, who is an aspiring VTuber. I don't think you're streaming yet, right?
I streamed once. I streamed some Doom a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to stream more, but I just haven't had time.
That's okay, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out.
And then Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I can't stream that, so sorry.
That's fair. Then we have...
It's okay, I'll email you my capture card.
Okay.
Then we have Cece, who is played by Fridays with Frank. Ooh, actually, I just noticed something. Did I... No, okay, that is correct. I noticed that I didn't have the,
It's weird.
Yeah, sorry, I noticed I just realized that came up on stream. Hopefully there was nothing on the sidebar there. Yeah, sorry. Fridays with Frank, fantastic streamer. Was doing a lot of Destiny recently, if I remember correctly, doing a raid-a-thon. Yeah. Also aspiring VTuber, and hopefully we'll have a model soon. That is a jab at me. And then we have Jonas, who's played by Hex of Elzaro. Again, another aspiring VTuber, and I can't remember the last time you streamed, Hex. Is that just me not catching your schedule?
No, it's me not having a computer that works.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But also, I have not had free time lately.
That's fair. I can empathize with that. Alrighty, everybody. Ooh, pardon me. Feel free to stick around in the voice chat if you wanted to do any post-game chat, or if you wanted to partake in post-game aftercare. And I'm gonna deafen, and I'll be there in a moment. Barb.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And then we come over here and do the thing that I always forget to do. Blah! Thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us today. I'm really sorry that we had to start an hour later. This might be the new schedule for it because we were trying to accommodate one of our players and their work schedule. So hopefully I'll have more details for you soon. We will see. If you guys want to keep up with that, however, I would highly recommend joining our Discord. The schedules that I have are posted in the Discord whenever I'm going live. So long as you want to be notified about it, you will be notified about it in the Discord. And also, whenever I am doing any specialty streams, or if I have any scheduled specialty streams coming up, again, Discord is always the first to know. All of my players applied to be players in this campaign through my Discord, so if you ever want the opportunity to maybe join one of my currently existing games, or even a new game, if I do get the gumption to make another game later on, definitely join the Discord and you guys will get the opportunity to possibly be a player. That being said, I have 2 D&D campaigns that I stream every Saturday here. I have Inkstained, which is my newer one, so my players are, I think, APL 5 at the moment. And then I also have Emerald Murders, which is my longer running run, where the episodes are in the 30s. But both these campaigns take place in the same universe at the same time. Asterisks. They are now currently, I think, a day apart from major events. So next session, something's going to be going down. But yes, if you guys want to catch up on either of those campaigns, definitely go to my YouTube. If you just search up Okomie on YouTube, you will be able to find me. There are playlists for both. I want to take some time to thank some folks who made today a little extra special. We had Don Buddy XOXO, who followed immediately. Thank you so much for joining the adventuring party. And then we had Coringa, who came in with a raid after his stream was done. And lastly, we had 2N, who gave us some pity bitties. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Normally, as I said earlier, I stream D&D every Saturday. Unfortunately, that will not be the case for Saturday the 20th, as I will be attending a LARPing event, so Emerly Murders will be missed this weekend. However, we will start right back up on Saturday the 27th with the next episode of Inkstained, okay? So, until I get to see you all again on Monday for my normally scheduled streams, I hope you all... Oh, wait. I almost forgot the raid target. What am I doing? Let's go see who's live and doing what. Oh! Yeah, let's go say hi to Mira. For those who don't know, my official logo that you see on my normal overlays, and even the logo for Emerly Murders, and hopefully when we get to the point in Inkstained, the logo for Inkstained, when I get to the point of getting in a logo, were all done by Mira Mizu, and Mira Mizu is actually currently live, so let's go say hi to Mira. If you guys have access to my emotes, please, please, please copy that very first raid message. If not, fret not, copy that very second raid message there, and we can still show Mira the love and support of the adventuring party. And until I get to see you all again on Monday for my regularly scheduled streams, I hope you all stay awesome, stay safe, and well, I guess this is bye-bye!